Game over.
Fuck! What the fuck? Fuck! Who the fuck? Fucking! How did you do fucking? Fuck! Game over, man. Game over. Wait a minute. There's things here. There's trees. There's rocks. There's birds. There's squirrels. Come on! We'll bless them all until we get versticken. Join me! Why didn't somebody tell me my ass was so big?
He's gotta puke! He's gotta puke!
I have a micro penis. This is how I break the news.
You're not a fucking legend.
Try to relax your anus.
I'm gonna come.
I'm holding it to my butthole right now.
The pain is for me, the pain is for you.
Welcome. We're going to do a show, everybody. Are you excited? I'm excited. We're going to do a show. Hey, everybody. As was Fill Some Holes mentioned, a show. Indeed, a show. Chevy JB already jumping in on the Rumble chat saying the king is here. I wouldn't say king. I am more of a jester at best, and even then, I suppose I would have to be a king because as a cripple, I would be incredibly obsolete at that point in time. I suppose that's the way that would go. I'd be a dead man. All right, well, thank you for that compliment. Saint Caesar, hey, Johnny and the Kidders, how's it going today, sir? Steel Toe need to not go out on a school night. More show was not good today. Huh? I guess I can kind of talk about that. Just started hour 30 of work. Sweet Jesus Christ, Chevy JB. Hour 30 of work. That for those of you like me who maybe suck at math, that is 6 hours over an entire day of work. Good God, man. I hope for fuck's sake we're able to get a nap. Or at least making like ridiculous, like I'm gonna bury my face in a comical sized pile of blow like kind of money. I hope you're making something like, cause good God, full-time job and push snow. Oh dear Lord, that is suck on top of suck, sir. Well, then this applause is for you and all the amazing work you do. Because I'll be honest, I've got a fairly sizable pile of bullshit that I'm trying to slog through. Not snow, but Jesus, wow, it's amazing what some people go through. Just mix a cocktail. One left. Well, there you go, man. There you go. Well, Dear Butch saying didn't watch it, and Saint Caesar saying they didn't even do overtime. Yeah, I know they didn't do overtime. I didn't know what the reason was. All I know, I had a lot going on last night, and I had a long day yesterday, and I had a sizable list of things to do today. So I was like, I'm going to get to bed at a reasonable-ish time, and then, get up and do everything. I still kind of slept in, like the alarm snoozed a bunch. And then I went out to do the things I did. I will say this. I watched the show when I got up at around 9, and then I bailed when I saw what was on. I was like, all right. So, Dear Butch, did you not watch it? Like, you just didn't get around to watching it, or did you see it and leave? As someone who in the last 24 hours got dealt a ball-busting blow, I quite frankly don't really have room for people more fortunate than me behaving irresponsibly. That's just kind of where I'm at. So I couldn't watch. But yeah, I know they didn't do overtime. I knew that was a thing. I know they agreed to like cut the show short or whatever. I'm usually working. Don't make the time. I see, Dear Butch. Afternoon peeps, says Sandy. Welcome. Everybody's kind of filtering in. We've got the whole show loaded up. We've got everything ready to go. The first hour is stacked. The second hour, more so stacked. And the third hour, hot Jesus damn, that's loaded too. And we still have a pile of bullshit to go through in the overtime segment. I'm going to have to chew through that this Sunday, and I'm also going to have to figure out how I'm going to do a additional stream somewhere to make up for everything, but I have to unfortunately cancel tomorrow. I'm working now, but I'm taking time for you, Johnny, and that's why we love you, Dear Butch. Fallen the Great, can Johnny still vroom? About that. Oh, Dear Butch, cheers. Well, I don't have booze, and that's probably for the best. I don't have booze, but I have soda, so cheers. Correction. Had soda. Had soda. So TLDR for anyone looking for the short version. Yes, Johnny can still vroom. Now the extrapolated version. I paid $500 yesterday, and I drove in a car with hand controls to find out that I am apparently only handicapped physically. After all of their tests and examinations, they came to the conclusion that mentally and visually, cognitively, driving's fine. Apparently, the only problem with me driving is they don't like that my legs they don't like that my legs are weak. That my legs are weak. So they're going to insist on hand controls. Now, here's what that means. None of that is covered by insurance. So I'm going to probably be spending somewhere in the realm of $1,500 to out of my own pocket in the next week or so to have electronic hand controls put into my vehicle. I have to drive with electronic hand controls for anywhere from 1 to 4 sessions as currently recommended. Each session will cost me out of pocket $210. I have to test with the hand controls, and my license will be amended to say I require hand controls to drive. So from there on out, it will be quintessentially illegal for me to drive a vehicle without hand controls. And after taking the test, I came to the realization that their
Cheer
hand
210.
controls... Thank you very much for that, Dear Butch. Their hand controls are no different than what I currently do to drive, which is use my left hand to literally manually remove my leg from the gas to make sure I don't press it or continue to press it when I'm not supposed to. And granted, my legs are weak, and they will get weaker if things continue. And it should be, hand controls should be in my car. I believe that. I believe I should have hand controls. But the fact that, as is currently stands, if I get all of this to go smoothly this week and say set up by tomorrow, I am going to be out $2,000 and some odd $100 right before tax season. So the money I saved up to pay my taxes is going to be gone right before I have to pay the government. So this is going to be fun for me. And, yeah, so I don't really need to hear about how the Imholtz are having trouble drinking on a Wednesday night. You know, I just don't need that in my life. Anyways, I need to undo that. I accidentally closed the story. Look at me being stupid. Anyhow, so because we're kicking everything over, we've moved our goal up to, and thank you again, Dear Butch, for the 210. We've moved our goal up to the 25th because we're taking tomorrow off. Because I will literally be driving, hopefully testing, tomorrow afternoon. And yeah, so we'll be taking tomorrow off, and so we've kicked the date over a day. And because of everything that happened with Wednesday and yesterday, because we had some automatic subscriptions yesterday, we're down to $25 on the 25th. So our funding for our show right now is 25 on 25. I like that. It's kind of cool. It's kind of like super cool. Where the walls to fix.
Hey guys,
100.
Johnny. Hi Johnny brother.
Hey, what's up, Rusty Grammar? Thank you for the 100 bits. Glad to see you, homie. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to start a hype train. It's a little early to do that kind of thing. If you want to, I ain't going to stop you. We're going to get into the show, though, because I feel like we've all kind of filtered in, at least to my content. I don't know about you guys, and I don't want to sit around talking about my stupid bullshit because it's depressing. So why would you? But yeah, I feel like we're kind of good. So what do you say we kick this thing into overdrive? And I have to, again, reload that first story that I closed out because I want to talk about that one first.
Here comes a train, a busy little train, rushing up and down on the daisy line.
I mean,
mummies and daddies, the grandpas
all right.
and the grannies, everyone's aboard on the 809.
Again, early, but thank you. Why?
Here it comes, here it comes, here comes the train today. Here comes the train!
Dear Boo 1 hype train, 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 cheer 100.
The goat scream caught me off guard. What do you want from me? Jesus Christ. Holy shit. I need the water now. No, I need the water. I don't know why, but just for some reason I was like, hoof, hoof. And I did my little, like, I pretend to be the train whistle and I blow it out the side. And then the goat, just like, And then I was like, I was trying not to cough. I held it in and it up and fucked me right in the butt. Thank you, Lab Glass, for the 100 bits and very much for the sticker and the support. Let's check the party thing so that doesn't go.
Fuck!
300 bits from a sticker party, so that's where that's at, just so everyone knows. And 3.5 minutes left in the level 1 hype train. We're going to kind of kick into our stories. I don't know if more people are coming or not, but a little lower than usual, but we did take yesterday off. It's going to suck on Monday because I'm going to get hit in the dick. Thank you, again, Fettuccine El Pupu, another 100 bits. The stickers, we appreciate it. Again, so, yeah, thank you for the support. We're very, very grateful. Chevy JB, where the walls at fix this for Johnny. Yeah, that is one thing that bothers me. All of this going on. I'm going to have to, like, suck up all the money I've saved up and everything for this. And it's just like, yeah, but don't worry. Our state only has, what, like a $17 billion surplus that they just kind of won't give back to the people they took it from. If anything ever makes you feel like, hey, shouldn't we just round up all of the politicians in our state and, I don't know, take them out back behind the woodshed? Because Jesus. Oh, fuck. But let's be honest. Who's going to do that? Who's going to do that? That's the one thing I love. The whole, like, oh, this is tyranny. You can't stand up. You got to stand up and fight against it. Like, right. Who's going to do that? Just curious. Just curious. I mean, I don't want to see it happen. It might over Trump if
Guess
they
what?
steal the election. Holy shit, Wilmer.
Fever.
Kicking us
And the
over
only
with 5
prescription
gifted subs.
It's more cowbell.
I'm sorry, I'm reloading this like a horrible person. No, I shouldn't criticize anybody for doing a dog shit show. I imagine these are pretty much dog shit. Thank you, Wilmer, for the 5 gifted subs. Where's the bell? All out of sorts. 5 gifted subscriptions going out to PA Cheddar. This is your IP. Lacey Ann 97, Ambivalent Bastard, and Trucker 18-Wheeler. Thank you very, very much for that. 5 gifted subscriptions. Thank you, Wilmer Autotech. Cowbell coming in. Hey-o. Sorry, Alucard. You know what? There's an idea. If we hit... Oh, shit, we're already at level 3, 5%.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Thank you for the 10 bits, Wilmer Autotech. Fettuccine El Poo also gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Let's roll on cowbell for Fettuccine El Poo, giving one out to Cactus 04, Grey Duckling, Vicious Ox to be. Vicious Oxby, Jesus Christ. Fettuccine El Poo also giving one out to Crack Babies and Alice McGee. Thank you very much. 22% level 4. Cowbell coming in. Hey,
You want to see my pecker?
and then thank you, Wilmer Autotech. See my pecker 50 bits. 200 bits from a sticker party. Al, I'm about to do something because I was about to make them a deal and then they already did it. And I feel like a piece of shit if I don't hold up my end of the bargain. I was about to say if we kicked it out of level 3, I was going to annoy my cat by rolling the chair he's sitting into frame so the kitty cam can capture him. And then you did it anyway. But I'm going to hold up my end of the bargain, even though you didn't know it was a thing. So, one moment. Sorry. Hey, Alucard. You're going to hate me. And that's fair. It's entirely deserved. I don't disagree in the slightest. Needless to say, you're being wrangled into this. So, I'm sorry. You're going to be on kitty cam. Ba-da-da-da-da. There we go. And boop. Where's my kitty cam? Kitty cam, heyo. And there he is. There's the cat. There you go. Oh, there's my messy chair. And my bong. Hey, you get to see that too. All right, so there we go. There's the cat. Thank you for the support. Now I feel weird about it. Here's what we're also going to do. Kitty cam is going below my cam, so I get to be over it and not under. Now I feel weird because you're seeing the tits. This is bad. I say we quit on the goal till your hand controls are paid for. Oh, what? Like the goal moving over a day? Nah, this is, that ain't fair. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But that ain't fair. That ain't fair to you guys. Let's be honest. I make what I make on this show because that's what we can make. But it ain't easy for anybody. Not like you guys, not me. Like, you're working, Chevy JB, you're working 30 hours this week, you know?
Pride 100 the show can start now. Hi, Johnny.
Hey, Trucker 18-Wheeler, good to see you. I am behind on 4 controlled burns that I have to do. And you're right, the show can start now. So I'll just wrap up that thought I was saying with this. Everybody works hard for their money. Some harder than others, and some people might make more money than others. But I have too much respect for how hard you guys work for yours and how much you put in on the show to just say, yeah, because my life sucks more, what you contribute. No, that's not how that's going to work. Sorry. But thank you for that idea. I appreciate it. Mr. Q saying kitty. Yes, Alucard's hanging out in the back because we did that.
And the only prescription is more cowbell.
We now have a sticker party going off while Will Muratotech gave us 10 subs. So, is it Droom 76 or well, I don't know, Droom 76, Neo 777, Wilmer Autotech giving one out to Cockaloo, Mousy Goon, The Blind Trader, Bick Bok, Foxy Find You, Pappy 2 Streamer, and Eris 14. Don't howie me, bro, says Colton Ryan. What do you mean howie you? What is a howie you? What do you howie you? Don't howie me. I don't know how I howie. I was about to say the show can start, but then a hype train and a sticker party started. Thank you, St. Caesar. That's very nice of you. I was gonna say it could, but then this shit happens. And now we're at 6. 6 controlled burns that I'm behind on. A cat sleeping in the background for at least the main screen majority of the show. I think we'll leave that up unless it shows up on the other screen, but it should be fine. Just got here. Did you pass your test, says Bud Britches. Oh, we covered that.
Guess what? I got a fever.
But now I gotta wait for this for a second.
And the only prescription is more cowbell.
And I'm about to kick over from level 6 to level 7, so I really gotta... Here we go. There's number 1. St. Caesar saying hype train the whole show. Everybody would have to give ridiculous amounts of money, which I would not expect, would not know how to humbly accept, and I feel like we all have to do other stuff.
I got a fever.
Money, but you guys keep throwing it at me.
The only prescription is more cowbell.
And now Bud Lab Glass, did I get his 10? No, I didn't. Shit. Dana White. Oh, don't howie me, bro. Howdy, Dana White. Good to see you, Hobo. Chili Recipe, Colton Fuller. Cowbell coming out. I can't even catch up with the names, so Hanny, Leonid, Speedy Hooded Gamer. That was Speed Hooded Gamer. That's interesting. Blue Eats, Charlie, HOL from Deer Butch. All right, here we go. Cowbell Heyo. All right, so again, and then we'll announce this one last time because everybody else. Super short yet whole version. Examination went exactly as I expected. They said my only limitations are my legs. They're going to make me use hand controls, so I have to get hand controls, probably going to cost me $1,500 in the next week or so, and I have to drive with hand controls, $210 each time I do that, and I have to pass a test with hand controls. So if it all goes one time in, with the $500 I've already spent, I'm going to be spending just over $2,000 for everything within the next week or so, but I'll still have my license. Hooray. So that's the short, whole version. Huzzah. Just do a Dana White and say, I'm sick of doing podcast and walk off. I think I have to look up this Dana White clip. I've heard 2 people talk about it. I saw something mentioning it in one of the show sites I was prepping with. Thank you for the 20 bits, Wilmer Autotech. Again, the now level 7 hype train is why we're keeping the kitty cam up and at least Alucard in the screen. The jacket apparently is on the verge of being green enough that it's kind of phasing it in and out of the thing. Does that help? Does that do anything? We can't really do that here, but we can do this. Here, come here, buddy. There you go. There's the cat. There's Alucard. Stop with the shit sounds. It's not even Taco Tuesday, says Saint Caesar. People are contributing how they like to, man. It's what happens. It's what happens. And because I have to do the test stuff tomorrow, one other thing, Bud Birches, because I'm doing the test stuff tomorrow, I won't be able to do a show tomorrow. Just got to the job. Ground doesn't seem frozen. Going to do some landscaping. Well, awesome for you, Chevy JB. Awesome for you. Hard working.
Fuck off.
Maybe eventually. Aaron's sleep apnea from his obesity is starting to become annoying, says Hobo Chili Recipe. I know, right? Like, you think a man could just get... He doesn't want the mask. You know, he thinks it's below him, which is weird. I keep telling him, I'm like, man, think about it. You can put it on. You can be like Bane. You know, like, you're getting next to April, and she's like, I'm sorry. It's hard to think about the bit I'm going to do with Lab Glass blowing out his ass in my ear. It's weird. Thank you for the, thank you for the 100 bits, I think. Yeah, I think. All right, so 15%, level 7, minute and a half. I really do have a show and stories to do and stuff, and hot damn, I want to get into that. And I am also going to make a point to look up this this Dana White shit. Right? Wait for it.
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell.
And
Penis.
thank you very, very much. Who was that? Strippers got me banned with renewing your subscription. Roll on the cowbell. Ba-ba-da-ba. Hobo Chiller Recipe. Fat Bane. Do you think the buffets are your ally? Do you have an abundant... But I control the buffet line, and this gives you power over me. That was another 100 bits from Dear Butch. Do you have a show or is it ours? Says Trucker 18 Wheeler. Right now, it's pretty much yours. Although the level 7 hype train just ended there. Reach out to the MS Society. They can financially help you with your vehicle. There are, thank you for that advice, Kelly Nielsen. That is one of the many people that I'm reaching out to. I'm going to be reaching out to several people, including straight up just talking with the people who are going to be doing the installation and seeing who they know of that does assistances with financing and stuff. So it's going to be figured out one way or another. These are all things that have to happen. I have a comedy show in Elk River on the 24th at Ager Brewing. I'm going there to do that. I have a comedy show March 23rd. If Aaron ever, I think, is it the 23rd? I don't know. I have a comedy show in March, maybe, for the Steel Toe. And then April 20th, I'm performing at Silly Beaver for the 420 show. So a license is a thing, and a vehicle is going to be a thing. But yes, thank you, Kelly Nelson, for that idea. It is one of many I am considering, and I will take that advice. So enough stupid bullshit. 30 minutes into the show, and I don't want to be depressed. We got the cat in here for the first time. I am going to push you back, buddy. I'm sorry. You're better in frame if I just give you a hair back. You know, it's just, there you go. You sleep it off. It's difficult being a pussy. All right, so let's go. As someone else said, do you have a show or is it ours? Let's do our show. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. I don't think there's any videos to it, so we'll kind of mention it as our first thing here. more than 30 pro-Palestinian Harvard students participated in a 12-hour-long hunger strike Friday in solidarity with students at Brown University, pressuring the Brown Corporation to divest from Israel. They went on a hunger strike for 12 hours. Hey, have you ever skipped lunch? Have you ever gone a whole day without eating? Congratulations, you fought harder for Palestine than they did. If it's brown, flush it down, says Laughing Lions. Right? There won't be anything brown. You guys didn't eat lunch. You're not going to have to poop. Oh, man. Okay. Dana White walks off Howie Mandel's podcast within the first minute of the show. So, since this one's kind of a non-thing and I want to see this, I'm going to drop that clip and go to this one since there is an actual clip. Okay, so let's... So...
White.
I really want to see the whole thing. So he's on Chief Nerd on X is the one who clipped it. Okay. So Chief Nerd on X is the one who clipped it. I really want to see the whole clip. So Dana White just walked in? I guess I'd like to see the walk-in if that was part of it. Was something said before this?
Dana White, you are an amazing guy. I can't thank you enough for being here. You and Ginger seem to be getting along. You are not only an amazing businessman, you and
Ginger seem to
Pride
be getting...
100 a whole 12 hours? Seems like they are doing great. I do that every night.
Right? Thank you again for the 100 bits. A whole 12 hours. Again, have you ever, skipped breakfast and lunch? Then you did more than these people. It's just so fitting. We want change. We want change now. What's happening in Gaza is unforgivable. Israel is committing genocide. And because of that, I'm not going to have lunch today. I mean, if I'm honest, I had kind of a big breakfast because I knew it was going to be a long day, so I'm like, I better pack it in. And so I'm not really sacrificing anything, but I would also very much like to stand up for a cause I believe in. But at about 6 p.m., when all of it's kind of coming to a head, I think I might like something nice, like a sandwich or maybe a steak, you know? So by then, my need for the murder in Gaza to stop is going to be outweighed by, oh, look at those prices. Things are down. I can afford eggs this week. Yay! It's why I'm losing. That's one of many of the stories we're going to be talking about where the meaning behind my titles. Because again, I like to think I'm some sort of smart, clever person. What did you accomplish? Again, what did you accomplish? Did the university take you seriously? Did the murder in Gaza stop? Did you even have a tummy rumble? Like, again, I've gone longer without eating, without even trying, just by being depressed. Like, it's just weird that the 12 hours. I eat at 7 and 7. So, Toastmaster, again, you have done as much for the Palestinian cause as they have without even knowing. Thank you for your service. To the Harvard and Brown University students, I would again let's go back. Can we go back main camera? To the and what's up, Alucard? Good to see you. I don't hear anything. Don't know what the hell your problem is. All right, so again, thank you everybody, and to the Brown University and Harvard University students. I would like to say this. Oh, God, no. Where's the flag? I don't have the flag one anymore? Shit. I missed the flag. Balls. All right. Thank you on behalf of a grateful nation of people being persecuted and
That's one fucking nice kitty right there.
needlessly bombed and innocents being murdered. Thank you for taking the time to skip lunch. Thank you. I understand how much you're sacrificing by giving up your Caesar salad and midday frappe, and I again would like to thank you for your service. What lazy fucks. Shit, man, I almost walk in for the MS thing. I do more in a thing. But anyhow, back to this. What I want to know what the Ginger stuff is. I'm betting him and Ginger not getting along has a lot to do with this, and we're missing out on all of it.
An inspiration. You are a philosopher. The way you do business, the way you conduct your business.
You're going on too long, though. I feel like we should just bring him on and say, thank you for being on the show, Dana White, very successful entrepreneur. Like, you're going on too long. And I think he's getting shit of the, I think he's getting shit of the podcast. I think he's getting sick of the podcasting.
Business and your friendships and media is, I'm jealous. But Dana, I can't thank you enough for being here.
And thank you for all the kind words. I appreciate it. I am so fucking tired of doing podcasts. I'm literally done with them. I'm not doing any more podcasts.
It's not even anything to do with him. Can we go back to how awesome that awkward moment is? Bravo to the director on the camera.
100, are you sure they did a hunger strike or were they just broke?
Hey, Trucker 18-wheeler, you and I say broke, they say hunger strike. Who are we to argue? My point is, for at least 12 hours, they totally sacrificed for a cause they believe in. It's just the latest thing about the shocking number of activists and protesters today, how they give up something that really isn't a sacrifice at all on behalf of their cause. Which is, again, what did you actually accomplish? What did you accomplish? Did Brown University take you seriously? I feel like no one was even worried about you. It was, again, kind of a very nothing burger thing to do. And, again, to the 30-plus people who sacrificed 12 hours of not eating on behalf of the innocents being wrongfully murdered in Gaza, thank you for your service. Go to Victoria's Secret and ask where is the men's section. Wolf Nation Gaming? That seems like an incredibly dumb thing to do. Wolf Nation Gaming, I don't know if you know this or not, Victoria's Secret is, as far as I know, exclusively a women's store. But nobody tell him. All right, so, wait, I just did. Oops. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's back this up. I really love this. So, Trucker 18-wheeler just took a dump. And Trucker 18-wheeler just took a dump. And so Howie is, in my opinion, droning on way too long about, like, everything that Dana is, and thank you for being here, and talking about being jealous of being him. I feel like that didn't help. I feel like approaching it, like, kind of blowing his... I don't feel like Dana White's the kind... Dana White is very, very comfortable in who he is. I don't think he needs you or me to kind of, like, you know, suck his dick on how awesome he's doing in the world. So, I mean, the men's section is the little couch to sit on by the fitting room. That's called Boner Row, right?
That's one fucking nice kitty right there.
Thank you for the 100 bits, fill some holes. Yes, Alucard's hanging out on the screen. He normally sits by the desk where I can give him occasional scritches. But, oh, there you go, buddy. Who loves you, you senior citizen cat? Oh, you're just a good old grandpa kitty. You're just a good old grandpa kitty. So, yes, so we're having him here because he's hanging out because of the hype train. So, yeah, Howie really kind of just filleted his ego a bunch, and I think he got sick of it and realized that he's just sick of the podcasting in general. I don't think it was particularly anything Howie said. It was just the whole thing. He's kind of sick of going to somebody's house or somebody's studio and doing a podcast because he got invited to do it, and he's doing it to push, his brand or whatever. But then he's there and he's listening to people tell him about how he's crushing it and how they wish they were him or whatever. And he's like, you know what? I don't need this. I don't need any of this. And like I said, he's very confident and comfortable in who he is. And as a result of that, whether you love him or hate him, he doesn't give a fuck. So Alley Cat is a good fundraiser. He's just a standard North American domestic short hair tabby. I call him Alucard. Most people call him Bitey. And in this house, he's also known as Grandpa Cat. Grandpa Cat. Oh, we love you, Grandpa Kitty. We love you. He's getting old. Send Rhino. I just had a late lunch, but I'm going to have another lunch just to spite those whiny protesters. Oh, man. Like I said, I love to hear that I've done more for the Palestinian cause than a whole bunch of, 20-something college elitist assholes. And the whole reason I did it was just sheer depression. Didn't even try. God, I'm crushing it. All right, so back over to this. Howie Mandel, again, really sucking Dana's dick. And I love him just going, Thank you for those kind words. But I'm really sick of doing fucking podcasts. I'm not doing any more goddamn podcasts. And then he gets up and he walks out. It's not anything to do with that. But I do wonder about the you and Ginger getting along thing. I really wonder about the you and Ginger getting along. Because at the beginning he says you and Ginger seem to be getting along.
Dana White, you are an amazing guy. I can't thank you enough for being here. You and Ginger seem to be getting along. You are not only an amazing businessman, you and Ginger seem to be getting along. You are an amazing guy. I can't thank you enough for being here. You and Ginger seem to be getting along.
Ginger, is smiling. He's looking over here. He looks kind of, I'm going to be honest, I don't know anything about Ginger. Looks kind of gay. I don't know that I would be comfortable sitting next to this dude. But I don't know anything about him. I hope Ginger snaps. Oh, Ginger Billy. I don't know anything about this person. Do that on Steel Toe Monday and walk off. I'm just, I'm really sick of fucking podcasts. I don't want to do any more goddamn podcasts. I wish I had looked into this more before the show. I didn't know he walked off. Uh-oh. Holy shit, speaking of walking off, no joke. Alucard is sick of doing fucking podcasts. He has had it with doing the goddamn podcasts. So I'm very, very sorry. I'm going to have to kill the kitty cam because the kitty has left the building. Chevy JB, I eat once a day. Yes. and you do more than Brown and Harvard University did for Palestine. I just want you to know that you have done more. And I want to say thank you for your service on behalf of fighting against genocide. So again, what did Ginger do? Because he's got a little bit of a like weird because he says you and Ginger seem to be getting along. Ginger's got this weird like, oh, I'm so excited to meet Dana White. And he's going to kind of talk to him. And is it Dana White's just sick of Uber fans and podcast bros being in like, oh, and it's Dana White and people questioning what he says or does like they fucking know or matter. Like, because again, if you're Dana White, you have FU money to the nth degree. You're the head of one of the most successful professional fighting organizations that's come out in recent memory, you know? Ginger Snap 33333. 333. And I did 33333. I did 5. Maybe I'm drunk. I don't even have any booze. Oh my God. And I haven't kept track of the controlled burns. I want to say we're 3 in. I hope we're 3 in. I have no idea. I'm going to say 3. And I'm screwed because I still have to do 4. Oh, boy. If you're just joining us, quick update because of all the driving stuff. Won't be doing the show tomorrow. Aaron is Bane. You drove the buffet. Dude. No, not even you drove the buffet. You drove the buffet? That's not how it...
You merely adopted the queso. I was born in it, molded by it.
Oh. If that's Ginger these days, I'd hate to see Marianne. Oh! R.I.P. Redbeard 313. Indeed. Indeed, Rusty Green.
Ginger seem to be getting along. You are not only an amazing...
You and Ginger seem to be getting along. That comment, I feel like, is kind of a nod. Is kind of a nod to something. And I feel like that is the key source to the issue. Was there an issue with Ginger? Was Ginger saying anything or doing anything or just making him uncomfortable to the effect of like, yeah, I can buy and sell these people 20 times over. I mean, even Howie Mandel, who he might be like, you know, that guy, you know, has done stuff. He's not nobody, but buffet, not queso. A ginger for me, a ginger for you.
Amazing businessman. You are an inspiration. You are a philosopher. The way you do business, the way
you do business. Again, I feel like he keeps kind of going on a bit. And this is, again, where he doesn't need you to reinforce these things. If these things are facts, he believes them about himself. And he doesn't need a hype man. He does not need anyone to... He is, again, someone whose success alone has solidified his comfort in, yeah, I think I know what I'm doing.
You conduct your business and your friendships and media is... I'm jealous. But, Dana, I can't thank you enough for being here.
And thank you for all the kind words. I appreciate it. I am so fucking tired of doing podcasts. I'm literally done with them. I'm not doing any more podcasts.
I love the... Oh, let's go back to Ginger. He has nothing to say. Is this guy? Again, I'm looking at this whole loadout, and I'm like, I have questions. And I feel like Ginger's interaction, especially the silence after and the just kind of smirk and staring off, I feel like that means there was some sort of interaction. Look at him just kind of being like, oops. And I love the smile on his face Google says he's worth $500 million, so he doesn't need to be there. If he wants someone to promote UFC or Power Slap, he could hire someone to do it. And isn't Power Slap done? I thought the Power Slap League thing was done. I have no idea if it is or not, but feel free to let me know, Zen Rhino. And thank you for being here, by the way. Yeah, so if you're just joining us, we're laughing our balls off, and thank you, Saint Caesar and others who said, hey, man, check out the Howie thing. Somebody mentioned it earlier in the show. I think it was Colton Ryan on YouTube. So, again, thank you for telling me. I'm glad we went into this to talk about this because this is effing hilarious. He's just, I am so sick of doing this shit. I could be banging my wife or God knows how many other women on a sandy beach somewhere. I don't need your shit.
With them. I'm not doing any more podcasts.
He just grabs his shit, picks up his stuff, walks out. Oh, sup, Johnny? Howdy, cat rats, says Sean over on the chat there. Dana would slap his wife, Johnny. Dana would be slapping his wife, Johnny. Maybe he'd be slapping his wife. Again, look at this. Look at this collection. Thank you, Angry Saxon, for the channel points. The chat should be back up now. Look at this collection of just awkwardness. He doesn't know what to do. She's not a talented performer. Let's be honest. I'm pretty sure this whole crew relies a lot on Howie interviewing the guests, and they just kind of fire in second mic style. I bet none of them do their own shows. That's his daughter. Oh, I know it's his daughter. Colton Ryan. To quote, I forget the comedian who said it when he saw her. I was like, "Ooh, God bless." And then he's like, "Yeah, that's my daughter." And it was just like, oh. See, I'd make things super awkward. I'd be like, "Hey, what's up, honey?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, that's my daughter." And I'd be like, "Oh, single?" Again, never mind. Looks like we got rings on fingers. Might be betrothed. Oh, look at his face.
We have an illustrious guest.
Oh, it's so fun. Oh, God. Angry Saxon. Oh, pardon me. Hey, Angry Saxon, how you doing? I'm wrong. Zen Rhino saying they just had a Power Slap event, and the next one is April 12th. Well, that will be exciting. Let's see here, Trucker 18 Wheeler. This is the kind of videos Ginger does. All right, so this is Ginger Billy. This is him. Oh, dear Lord. I am looking at these, and they look bad. Like, really bad. Y'all check out my redneck battle tank. Let's jump through this a bit. Oh, that's right. We have the audio muted on our YouTubes automatically when we start the show. All right, so it says America on it. Oh, yeah. I need to see what happened before that started. I need to see the walk-in. I need to know something happened. Something happened with Ginger Billy. Something happened with Ginger Billy sitting there, talking there, whatever. And Dana just went to Dana in his head just thought to himself, I don't need to hang out with these fucking people. I don't need to be here. This doesn't need to be a thing. And I don't need to do this. And as he sat there listening to Howie Mandel tell him how he's jealous of his ability to handle media and philosophy and all this other crap, I don't need to do this. If he wants to promote Power Slap, he doesn't need to go on a show to do it. He doesn't need to go there to promote Power Slap or talk about any of this stuff. I don't know why he did in the first place, but yeah. The way that it was mentioned that him and Ginger seem to be getting along. Ginger's just kind of sitting there. Was Ginger the first guest? Oh boy. Whew. Let's go back and see what else is in this.
Hello, America. Y'all check out my brand new, state-of-the-art, 8th generation battle tank. Now, this is an anti-personnel tank. Shoots 12-gauge shells, buckshot, birdshot, slugs. If it's a 12-gauge shell, this bad boy right here will fire it off. And
I think I'm seeing why he left. I need to see this man speaking to Dana White. Colton Ryan, is he gay? Yep, gay. I don't know if he is or not, but I got questions.
you ain't safe nowhere. Because look here, my turret does rotate. It rotates better that way. So you better watch out if you run into my left, because I'll gun you down.
I think we know why he left the show. Jesse and the Rippers, bisexual. I mean, I think at this point he probably literally takes all comers. But hey, he's got 1.69 million subscribers. So who am I to criticize? His fucking redneck game is apparently very, 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 very. Love how this started as a joke and turned into a serious emergency. LOL, you're a legend, Billy. I felt like crap since my dad passed about a month ago. Your video is the first thing to finally put a true smile on. Wow. Wow. Isn't that awesome? And also weirdly depressing. So great. Y'all check out my redneck battle tank. All right, let's see if there's a most watched section. Most replayed. Most replayed. Let's see what's most replayed.
Realize that my tank is hidden upon the bushes. Now they about to eat some lead. Fire in the hole!
You shot it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
Thank you. Angry. Look. Oh, wow. Again, I think we know why Dana left. I think you don't sit Dana White next to that man. You do not sit Dana White down next to that man. Fuck that, we need dragon breath shells, says Angry Saxon. Did I say they have to be angry yet? Yes, you did, Fallen the Great. You did specify that they be angry. Look up Redneck Girls. It's one of his songs. Yeah, I closed, leaves us shocked.
Welcome to Howie Mandel Does Stuff. I'm Howie Mandel.
I'm Jacqueline Schultz, his daughter.
Jacqueline Schultz, his daughter. So she's married because her last name is Schultz. So let's close this and see where the exact spot is.
Today's a twofer, Jackie. Today we knew that Ginger Billy was coming in, but we didn't know because I requested. If you watched the live last week, I told you I was wishing, and sometimes when you wish upon a star, the star shows up. Dana White, you are an amazing guy. I can't thank you enough for being here.
So there is no video of what happened. Schultz married. Oh, Saint Caesar. Howie's last name is Mandel. So it wasn't like she was doing anything that wasn't scripted already. If you catch what I'm selling, like she was already on that team. So yeah, you know they are 60%. We get it, Fallen. We get it. So again, I see there went all the show preps, says another person commenting on. I mean, no. They knew they were going to have one guest, so they had the one guest. What the is a Ginger Billy, says Saint Caesar. Oh, Saint Caesar missed it. All right. Since Saint Caesar missed it, we'll go over and we'll show you what a Ginger Billy is. This is Ginger Billy. Ginger Billy, who you can subscribe to. I won't. Let's go to Ginger Billy's page. Have mercy. Ugh. Redneck Scary Movie 2, Jeepers Creepers spoof. That's 11 minutes long. Y'all check out my Redneck Jet Ski. That's way too long. Morgan Wallen Last Night parody with Ginger Billy. I'm guessing it involves him getting effed by a dude in prison. Small Town. Deer Hunter Stereotypes. How Lethal Is My Redneck Bazooka. Yeah, I don't think I want to watch any of these. Every Woman with a Stanley Tumbler. Ugh. Truck Guy Till I Die. Truck Guy. Sounds stupid. I Love My BBC. Best Black Companion. I don't know that I can. Yeah, I can't look into any more of what he does just because it looks remarkably not for me. So Dana White wasn't supposed to be there, says Trucker 18 Wheeler. He wasn't a planned guest. He was a hopeful guest. He was someone Howie had requested and hoped to get. And I'm guessing whoever helps Dana White schedule stuff, kind of people knew people, and so it happened. But he did not stick around. Wow, Fallen. Wow. St. Caesar, and we can't get Johnny monetized on YouTube. Change that, people. Look, and I appreciate all of our support. We get what we get. And I am grateful for everything we get. And if we can do more, we will. But until then, it is what it is. You know? That the show getting monetized on YouTube is at this point, with everything else I've got going on in life, that's the small stuff. If it happens, cool. If not, oh well, I like what I'm doing and I still get to do what I like every day. Thank you for that. So again, there was no reason given for White's abrupt departure. Some online sleuths believe the whole thing was a stunt to get people to actually watch Mandel's podcast, because apparently no one does, Sportskeeda reported. Then again, maybe the answer as to why White bailed is the simplest. What if he's really, really sick of podcasts? This will definitely be the most watched episode. At least the first minute of it. I don't know how, you know what though? I do want to go back and see how they coped with that. How did they bail out from that? Chief Nerd. Good God, Chief Nerd, do we have enough stuff? Chief Nerd really putting a lot out there. Where's the Howie Mandel clip? Oh boy. Let's close this off and go back to here. Watch on X. There was a response to it that had the whole thing. This one, boom. Let's go to here, back to that. Right.
Welcome to Howie Mandel Does Stuff. I'm Howie Mandel.
Tired of doing podcasts. I'm literally done with them. I'm not doing any more podcasts.
Number 4.
We have an illustrious guest from the middle of the other side of the country, South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna die after 3 more, just so we're clear. You're gonna need a pillow. All right, so again, Johnny, don't know if you have played it already, but Diablo 4 is coming to Game Pass on PC/console March 28th. I pre-ordered because the bonuses included stuff for World of Warcraft. Let me What? I have an addiction, and I will not apologize for it. F all of you. F all of you. So yes, I have played Diablo 4. I don't mind playing Diablo 4. I enjoy it. I like it. And if it comes to PC Game Pass, maybe I'll play it on computer. But I don't think I actually need it. I think I actually have it automatically on computer. I have a fucking idea. No further explanation needed for the fact he's from South Carolina. Angry Saxon. Nerd! Yeah, really, I am a nerd. Again, I didn't realize, I thought the gut thing was part of the act. I didn't realize the gut thing is part of real life. So again, let's go back just a touch.
I'm literally done with them. I'm not doing any more podcasts.
Number 5. They cut over to his empty chair. And Howie finally picks up the dead air like, all right, that just happened. We, 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 we,
We have an illustrious guest from the middle of the other side of the country, South Carolina.
I can't imagine why nobody watches his show. His backdrop is a poorly shopped cat wearing a poorly photoshopped cat wearing a cowboy hat, and you have guests like this on.
Or East Coast.
That's the East Coast.
Yes, the East Coast. Yes, sir.
I could tell by the accent. And when you say East Coast, New York City, from New York City.
Yeah, they'll believe that.
Yeah. Ginger Billy, who has how many? You got a lot of followers on YouTube.
Well, yes, sir. That's one of my. I ain't trying to brag. That's one of my smaller platforms.
I have your stats here.
Oh,
it's impressive.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
Read his stats out loud.
I don't have it pulled up.
Well,
Hold on.
go ahead, you brag.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Okay, just right at 6.5, almost 6.6 million on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On Facebook. I'm real popular with a lot of people that like to make fun of rednecks, or a lot of people just like to be rednecks. Between my facial hair, my tanning, and my accent, I am a redneck in every way you can be.
Saint Caesar, someone donate to make this stop. Oh, don't worry, it's stopping already. It's stopping already because I can see why nobody's watching Howie's podcast. Honestly, if I ever were like a famous person, I'd do Howie's podcast just to meet Howie Mandel. I'd be like, hey man, no, I'm thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to meet you. And if I were sitting there next to Billy, I'd be like, why the heck am I sitting next to this ginger retard? Big fan of Bobby's World. Yeah. I feel like if you ain't a fan of Bobby's World, don't go on Howie's podcast, because why else would you? Apparently it's not for the views. Oh, that's sad. That is very, very sad. All right, so Dana White bailed. So now we've got that. Oh, God, we have so many other things to do. We have there's a much, should I do the longer clip? Should I do the whole, let's ask people, because I'm going to look for, you know what? Actually, let's just, let's just search Tucker Carlson, shift Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson. I am following Tucker Carlson. There's the interview thing. Does he have the grocery store one? Do we have the grocery store one? I really want the grocery. Do we have the grocery store thing in a clip? Somebody had it clipped into a 3-minute segment, and I really want to do the whole section. Oh, boy, why I'm interviewing Putin. We already know about that. Said it best, blah, blah, blah. Discussion on the Putin interview, government canceled elections, Moscow subway station, Putin interview. I really want the fucking... All right, I know how to get this. I know how we'll get this. We'll get it like this. Deal or No Deal is a fun show, but let's be honest, most people weren't watching it for him. Right, Deal or No Deal, most people were watching it for the briefcase girls. Fun fact, guess what Meghan Markle started out doing? Handling a briefcase for Deal or No Deal, because she's such a talented person. All right, where is the Tucker Carlson thing? There's that. There's that. There's that. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, balls. They've replaced it with other stuff on here. Dana White, this girl, popular opinion. What did I call it? Shit. So we'll just have to go with the short one. All right, so Tucker Carlson went into a German supermarket, and he did it as an homage to the bit back during the Cold War, and the videos are up. You can find them. You can see them. Back during the Cold War, when people went to interview other people and figures in Russia, if they got a chance to, they would like walk through the supermarket and you'd feel bad for the way it looked, the lack of products, the shady products on shelves. It was a real stark reality of the communist society of then Russia to American society. Well, we have a clip of him going to a Russian supermarket, and here we go. We have a tip. We have a tip. We have a clip of Tucker Carlson going to a Russian supermarket and explaining just everything about it. We'll just let him play it, and we'll go with this one. I can't find the whole one. It's like 3 minutes long. I should have gotten that one, but we have this shorter one. Here we go. Boop. And a boop.
I went from amused to legitimately angry. So we were guessing what this would cost. Everybody hears from the United States buys groceries, and we didn't pay any attention to costs as we were just putting in the cart what we would actually eat over a week. And we all came in around $400, about $400. It was $104 US here. And that's when you start to realize that ideology maybe doesn't matter as much as you thought, corruption. If you take people's standard of living and you tank it through filth and crime and inflation, and they literally can't buy the groceries they want, at that point, maybe it matters less what you say or whether you're a good person or a bad person. You're wrecking people's lives in their country, and that's what our leaders have done to us. And coming to a Russian grocery store, the heart of evil, and seeing what things cost and how people live, it will radicalize you against our leaders. That's how I feel anyway, radicalized. We're not making any of this up, by the way, at all.
All right, it's. I'm gonna be honest. It's a little. We're not making any of this up by the way, at all. Like, you're trying a little hard to convince me, but no, I'll totally believe that that Russian grocery stores are not the impoverished deserts that we believed they were back in the day. I mean, there was for a while a little bit of difficulty with people boycotting Russia. But as far as I know, they've Angry Saxon saying, "Revelations, baby, it's gonna be biblical. The veil is lifting." Yeah, it's gonna be biblical. So what? You're hoping for a lot of like death and murder and carnage? That's horrible. I mean, hey, I hope you enjoy it. I guess. I guess I'm less excited about it. It's inevitable, says Angry Saxon. Whether or not it's inevitable does not by any means refute my feeling of wanting it to not happen solely because I take literally zero joy in seeing that future. I take no joy in seeing that future. Dave Lee, but what are people earning there? If you only make $100 per week, maybe their prices are high. Well, I know they don't discuss the numbers, but he does kind of cover that. Let's go back a bit.
We all came in around $400, about $400. It was $104 US here. And that's when you start to realize that ideology maybe doesn't matter as much as you thought, corruption. If you take people's standard of living and you tank it through filth and crime and inflation, and they literally can't buy the groceries they want, at that point, maybe it matters less what you say or whether you're a good person or a bad person. You're wrecking people's lives in their country, and that's what our leaders have done to us. And coming to a Russian grocery store, the heart of evil, and seeing what things cost and how people live, it will...
What things cost and how people live. So... like I said, he's not giving you specifics, but according to what he's saying, how people live. He's not saying people are like, oh, they're picking which ones they can get. He says people are living. Google says average Russian salary 2023 is $14,771. Right, Laughing Lions. But again, as the clip that Tucker was talking about, when you look and see the way things are compared to what you've heard, the heart of evil, and nobody has any money and people are struggling to get by, and yet here he is in the supermarket, and again, he's saying that that's not what he sees. So, Angry Saxon, no, instead, the government wants DEI until we die. Right, and that's kind of what he's saying. He's saying maybe your ideologies and, your your political allegiances are a lot less important. And instead, again, things like your just general standard of living. Extremely important. So, like I said, it's interesting. But all right, let's close that out. What are we looking at? Holy Jesus, we're halfway through the third hour. Time flies when you're retarded. Oh, God. And we only did, 6. We have one more controlled burn, and we're done with that. You're telling me I don't see a babbling brook behind you, Johnny? Is this Jolly Green Dickhead? What? No, yeah, you do. You totally do. You see a babbling brook behind me, but I'll tell you this. This is going to fuck your melon something fierce. That babbling brook that you see behind me is not an illusion, but it's also not real. Holy Jesus. All right. Fall in the grave. The end is inevitable, Mr. Anderson. So yes, we are skating towards the edge, people. We're going to go over. All right. So, I'm one of those people who really loves when, both sides play by the same rules. Now, at the end of his presidency, people were saying Donald Trump seems senile. He seems senile. He seems to rant. He seems to rave. We better check his mental stability and mental cognition if he's going to be the president. Hardest job and all. Well, let's fast forward to the current administration and how well they handle the same exact request for standards. Again, because there's, as far as we know, no reason to suspect Biden's mental instability. But again, so for whatever cockamamie reason, let's just call it fairness. Let's hear what they say about the proposition and or request for Biden to take a mental cognitive test with his physical exam this year. Take it away. Not by no means token black lady. Sorry, token black lesbian. My apologies.
I think that the idea of the president taking a cognition test, a cognitive test, as a part of this physical is a legitimate idea, particularly just on the heels of the special counsel report, more polling, as my colleague Selena just mentioned, showing that many American people have concerns about that.
Right, and before she answers, I'll just remind anybody who's not aware, by the mental cognitive report that she's talking about the special report that came out where apparently the crimes we're trying to the crimes we're trying to try Trump for, left, right, and sideways, remember his horrible handling of documents and all of that. Well, don't forget, Biden did the same thing too, possibly to a much worse extent, but we can't try him because shucks darn howdy, old grandpa just can't remember enough. And so apparently he doesn't have the wherewithal to be held accountable for the crimes he committed. But yes, again, let's continue to drain all of Donald Trump's campaign finances with lawsuit after lawsuit and indictment after indictment and just stack them all up. And after all, I'm not saying that Donald Trump is innocent. By no means. He's probably guilty as shit. But on top of that, I'd also like to point out, so is Biden. But apparently, again, he doesn't need to be tried because he's not capable of remembering things. Grandpa gets real tired. But also, he's still allowed to be the president. Just so we're all clear, still allowed to be the president. Go.
Look, I got this question last week as well, and I'm just going to say what Dr. O'Connor, it's kind of what he said to me about a year ago when the report came out last year, obviously on his physical, which is the president proves every day how he operates, how he thinks.
Yes, poorly, badly. And a lot of us are starting to wonder if the president's even in charge or if they just give Grandpa a bowl of ice cream every morning. He comes outside and says an inspirational speech while he liquid shits himself, and then they take him home, wipe his bum, rinse, repeat, next day all over again. Again, a lot of us have those questions. Was Phil some Wolves. He is doing the work. The work of what Joe doesn't think. I could agree with that.
Right, but by dealing with world leaders, by making really difficult decisions on behalf of the American people, whether it's domestic, whether it's national security.
While we can talk about that for a bit, I would like to say I don't have a whole bunch of Joe Biden's done this and I'm super happy about it things. I'm not saying he hasn't. I'm just saying I don't know what they are. I don't know what they are. I've got my chocolate chip. And my butt's been wiped. I'm ready to tackle the day, says Toastmasters.
And so he shows it every day on how he thinks, how he operates, and so that is how the Dr. O'Connor sees it, and that's how I'm going to leave it.
What do you think about the idea of taking that kind of a test?
I believe, for me, you're asking me my personal opinion. He is sharp. He is on top of things. When we have meetings with him, with his staff, he's constantly pushing us, trying to get more information.
Yeah, but let's be honest. If he's pushing you trying to get more information and he has dementia, is the information he's trying to get relevant? Like, is he pushing you trying to get more information? Thank you, Saint Caesar. Is he trying to get more information like, hey, well, what's happening here? What's going on? Or is he trying to get more information? Thank you again, Fettuccine Al Poo. Is he trying to get more information like, yeah, but how do you wash your hair? Behind closed doors, old demented Joe's just real racist. You know, I knew a few of your kind when I used to watch a pool. Have I ever told you a story about old Corn Pop? Pushing us for more information. He says, and what a lot. Huh? What? I would eat her ass like a fall in the grate. That is a weird admission. Holy Jesus. John Doe. Hey, buddy, did you pass? Smiley face. About that. So it turns out, I found out, it's not really a did you pass kind of thing. The whole thing was more of a straight up evaluation. And now I have to get hand controls and do another test tomorrow. Hopefully do a test tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm doing driver's training tomorrow and then several more times and then a test. So we're hopefully doing the test tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to have hand controls, and it's a whole lot of suck. It's earlier in the show. You can rewind back. Oh, yeah. It's not exactly the most fun thing to keep bringing up. And don't feel bad about it. I knew that would happen. So I'm going to just tell people from now on, it's kind of earlier in the show. Just kind of go back in the beginning and check it out. But yeah. Not doing a show tomorrow because, again, I will literally not be here and able to do it. But yes, back to Corinne Jean-Pierre telling us how Biden is so super on top of it. He's got it nailed down. He's got it all locked down. But by the way, he doesn't need to take a test that proves it because he's sharp and he's focused. Remember when Trump seems like he rants and he rambles, and people who didn't like him said, "Oh, well, Trump, when you meet with him in the office, and everything, he seems like he rants and he rambles. He seems like he has. We better have his mental cognition checked."
And so that has been my experience with this president. Anything else outside of that, I just shared with you what Dr. O'Connor said to me, and so I'll just leave it there.
And so I'll just leave it there. Again, when you are someone who is being accused of mental incompetency, Corinne Jean-Pierre is not the person you want defending you. Because, again, that's a blind leading the blind situation, and it ain't a good look. So, yep. Biden is the oldest serving president in U.S. history, even though we can all say he's struggling to stay alert. Not to mention, a judge recently called him a sympathetic, well-meaning elderly man with poor memory. Sympathetic. What about Joe Biden is sympathetic? He's ruining this country possibly just for his own financial gains. And I don't know. Him being old, I don't have sympathy for him being old. I especially don't have sympathy for him being old when apparently his excuse for committing some pretty serious crimes is, well, we just can't try the guy because, Grandpa don't remember. Yeah, but he's also still allowed to be the commander-in-chief. Not only allowed to be, he's allowed to run again for the office of commander-in-chief. Okay. Someone please square that circle, because I'm tired and I got nothing. All right? I got nothing. Saint Caesar, if you're being serious, I need a clip and I need it now. Did I just do a JP whatever? JG Wentworth. JG Wentworth. JG Wentworth. Did I just do a JG Wentworth thing? Man, woman, TV, camera, IQ test, says John Doe. I don't know what connect dots we're doing, but I'll try. So yes, I need St. Caesar. Did you see Joe eat with black kids in a school recently? He brought them Popeyes too, ? Did he? God, I need a video. I need a goddamn video. I will give 2 seconds to this for one Google search of
Cheer 10877 cash now.
Call what is it? 6300 or no 877 cash now. I can't remember if it's a 900 number or not. But yeah, dude. All right, let's go. Joe Biden eating school. Oh, that's right. School is spelled that way. School with, I suppose, can we just type with?
Cheer 100 call JG Wentworth 877 cash now.
Thank you very much, Lab Glass, for the 100 bits. Videos. Let's go to videos. Videos. State of the Union address. I got nothing. I'll be honest. I'd love to talk about that, but I need a video, St. Caesar. You're going to have to do some work because I ain't got nothing, and I'm not willing to follow that rabbit hole any further because we're already behind on time. We're halfway through. Yeah, dude. Laughing Lions, you're not shitting me. Let's check that. We're close to doing not even close. We're almost halfway to another second part. He ate hamburgers while they ate Popeye's chicken, says Mr. Q. Again, this all sounds very much like something I would love to talk about and discuss, but Daddy needs a link. And I don't have one in my cursory search, and I don't got time to do more searching. Because we haven't even finished our first hour stories, and we're like, we've got, we've got 2 hours left in the show.
we're running out of time. So let's drop that. So yes, Biden won't do a cognition test. I know a lot of my people in the audience are religious. I am not, and I don't have. I don't say I'm an atheist because I believe in the spirit, the being. I believe in a higher power and things like that. I just don't believe that man-made religions are correct. We'll leave it at that. Anyways, so holy Jesus, fettuccine el poo-poo. What the all right, I'm going to click this link and I'm going to follow this reading mode. Go yourself with a rubber hose. This is a post from @Joe Biden. It's a great time. It's great to spend time with Christian and Carter and discuss their involvement in their community and schools. Oh. You're not kidding. They're not kidding. I couldn't find a link, and so I'm like, yeah, they had Popeye's chicken while he had a burger. That doesn't look like Popeye's. Oh, but does it? I don't know. We're going to find out. I'm super curious. We're not muted. We're not muted. All right, a minute and a half. That should be the story. You're agnostic from that description, says Toastmaster. Okay, agnostic. All right. Never mind, you got it. Well, that's a YouTube link. This one was a Twitter one thing. I don't know. Let's go with this and just see where it goes.
Oh man, you got chicken fingers. You got the whole deal. I went the route of making sure I had a hamburger. So tell me about you guys. What you doing these days?
Why don't you share about your passion of sports?
I'm playing AAU basketball right now.
Are you really? Are you guard?
Yes, sir.
Now, what grade are you in?
7th grade.
7th grade.
Right now, I'm just doing basketball, playing guard on the JV team for my school.
Who are these people? Who are these people? St. Caesar, he was shocked there was a dad there. Well, if I'm honest, I'm a horrible person. But by the way, Joe and Joe Biden's campaign, if you really want to reach Black America, I feel like this is not going to represent them because again, there's a death. Must be nice for your kids to do basketball. I ain't got a man. I got to do it all myself. Mm-hmm. Right. Let's not draw any parallels to how well this family is doing and their passion for sports and performance in school with the fact that there is also apparently at least one parent who is a dad in the home. And I'm assuming, is there a woman? I don't know. We don't see any cooking happening. They went out for fucking Popeyes. And he pushed out and had a burger. At least Hillary would have committed to the bit, Joe. Hillary would have had chicken. She would have doused it in hot sauce. And she would have shit her sphincter red and hated every minute of it. Cursing these damn... and her need to pander to them. But Joe, I went and had a hamburger because I'm a pussy.
How about in school? How y'all doing in school? You should tell the president about the school.
Favorite thing about it is the business academy I'm in. We get to like travel, so we've been to like NC State, Wake Tech, and
You're kidding me.
Yeah, we went to this small dry cleaning business, and it's cool. It's a great experience.
I'm impressed. Is that a new program at the school?
Yes, sir, it is.
This is severely cringy for one reason. Not the fact
that we are, Johnny, pretend I'm black. I have a joke for you. Okay, Fallen, what's your joke? Do I have to, look on Joe's face when he said, he was in the 7th grade? His ears stood up like, yes, I'm in. I want you to clap like this. Run, run. No. My dad came home. Oh, I'm going to, again, I don't mind the edgy humor stuff. But again, I just, for fear of, I'm sorry I have this weird thing, for fear of somebody just coming along or wanting to F my show up, be like, how about we just clip Pasta and highlight horrible messages in his chat? I just want to cover myself. I don't think I'm going to be in trouble or anything, and I don't have a problem. I'm just saying. Once in a while, I like to just go and wipe out the chat. Jesus, Mr. Q. Great freeze frame. If I could have got a logo in.
It just started.
John Doe. Oh, I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? There were so many comments there where I'm just like, eh. Because that's one thing with Joe can't even get them big pieces of chicken, the cheapskate. Hey, man, I'm guessing they got whatever they wanted.
Just a couple of years ago.
You know how much this guy loves you. You just feel it, can't you?
Yes, sir.
Your dad jumped in front of a bull for you.
By the way, we dads are hard to raise. Ah! No, you didn't.
For you. By the way, we dads are hard to raise. Once you're a teenager, we're hard to raise. So you gotta be patient with us, you know what I mean?
I see.
A little patient.
Again, I don't know that that's actually Popeyes.
Oh man, you got chicken fingers. You got all this.
I don't think that's actually Popeyes. You gotta show me a bag from Popeyes. I don't believe that that's Popeyes. I'm pretty sure somebody made sure in this video that that they didn't get Popeyes. But I will say it is pretty hilarious that they all went with chicken fingers. Oh. Jesus Christ. Even Joe knows the economy is fucked. No sauces or any condiments, really. No, they had condiments in their stuff. People were putting stuff on their things. They certainly didn't have any condiments or bottles of sauce or anything in the house. Again, I don't know what the deal is here. Is it the idea that the president picked up dinner and came and sat down with just a random family in a random neighborhood? That looks like cookout cups. Okay, K&J saying cookout cups.
Party 100 love that chicken from Popeyes.
No, it's apparently cookout. They went to cookout. I'll say the bags look like they said cookout on them. Let's go back to this. We'll see if it looks like it says cookout. Because again, I was trying to read Popeyes in the bag.
I want the root of. Oh man, you got chicken fingers. You got all this. Oh man, you got chicken fingers.
That could easily say cookout. Because that looks like a C. That looks like it could be an O. And if that's an O, that's a K. That's cook. I'm willing to say that that's cookout.
You got all this. I want the root of.
It says out on the cup.
Making sure I had a hamburger.
Yeah, it does say out on the cup.
So tell me about you guys. What you doing these days?
Why don't you?
What you doing these days? What do you mean, what you doing these days? Are you catching up with them, or have you never met them before? All right, so there's a picture of him with his wife. So I'm guessing him and his wife are a thing, but I don't know why she's apparently not invited to dinner.
Share about your passion of sports.
I'm playing AAU basketball right now.
Are you really?
Yeah, he's really bucking the trend of playing basketball. mholt/K 2024. What? Okay. Yep. Say cookout on the cup. So, Yeah, I'm guessing it is Cookout. They went to Cookout.
Party 100 cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1
Well,
cheer
here we
1
go
cheer
again.
1 cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1
just give
cheer
you guys a
1 uni
moment.
1 uni 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 1 pride 1 pride 1 pride 1 pride 1 pride 1 pride 1.
He's picking them dinner first before. Wow, Saint Caesar. I don't think that's what's happening here. Pretty sure he's just trying to bolster his look with inner city people by
Fuck
sitting
off.
down and having dinner with just a good well-doing. Dox the bad chatter. I feel like I'm going to jail this weekend. What? Dox that bad chatter. What? What bad chatter? I don't know what we're talking about. But all right, so it's not Popeyes. I'm glad we could get that squared away. And I can't do this anymore. Let's just be clear about that. That realization just hit me in the face. We've got an hour and 45 left in the show. A Cookout cheeseburger is like $2.50. Holy Jesus! So it's cheap as F. All right, we're going to look at the Cookout menu because now that they went to Cookout, I want to know if old Joe picked up the tab. Cookout menu. All right, so holy Jesus, first of all. And yeah, it was totally a cookout. It was a cookout. So small burger, choose one tray for junior, choose one for junior tray, or choose one for tray. Plus 2 sides or double dip and choose a beverage. Again, these aren't the prices. This is just the menu. Floats and cheesecakes. So, like, dude, fresh shakes, burgers, and barbecue. So we did fresh shakes, burgers, and barbecue. They went with either the spicy chicken, the Cajun chicken. He said the chicken strips. So they went with the 3 chicken strips. Best combos in town. I wanted to see prices. All right, so now we know the menu. Can we go Cookout menu with prices? Nope, still back to that. All right. So a double burger, hot dogs, chicken strips, 3-piece, $4.99. It's still a barbecue regular, barbecue hamburger chicken, spicy chicken, Cajun chicken, barbecue char grilled chicken, sandwich barbecue style, double up tray with a drink. All right, so they're getting up to $9.98. Cookout chicken wraps, they didn't do that. Homemade char burgers, so $3.69. Chicken spicy breast fillet. Right, homemade styled chicken strips. All right, so I mean, yeah, it's not expensive, but it's still tray is like $7. Can get a burger and 2 sides. The sides are a meal on their own, and those prices are with high inflation. So I'm sure it's really good food. Either way, I'm saying looking at those prices, he spent somewhere around, if the White House picked up the tab for that meal, and I'm sure it did, I can't believe that he would defraud the American people of what had to be almost $40 whole. I mean, if you take that $40 and you throw it at the 32 trillion, 33 trillion in debt that we're at, holy Jesus. Do you know how far that $40 could go through laundering through Ukraine? Did you clear it with Burisma when they paid your family for all the stuff you did for them? Did you clear it with Burisma to spend $40 on an inner city black couple to run, black family to run for re-election, to buy them dinner and pretend old grandpa cares what's going on in their life? Let's be honest, the whole thing was a pander fest, and it didn't make me think Joe can run the country. It makes me think, wow, Joe will go and visit a random black family in the middle of the night to score some votes, but he won't go visit his granddaughter at all because his drug-addled son knocked up a whore. It's weird. It's weird. Do you want to sit down with your granddaughter and ask her how she's doing and what she's up to? But no offense, just stay at the table, Joe. When she has to go to the bathroom or, God forbid, take a shower, you can stay where you are. I'm just saying, can we maybe, I don't know. Also, did Joe use the Ukraine fund? I mean, at the very least, if Joe used the Ukraine fund, I pray to God he used the fund on the terms of the back end of when he gets paid, because I don't want him to think about taking that $40 out of the Ukraine fund and then the money going over there and then them divvying it up and then him getting his portion. I don't want that. I would prefer it just come straight out of his profit if we could. Imagine the Secret Service man-hours taken just to guard that location while they're having that lunch. Oh, no. Laundered lunch equals chicken Kiev. Thank you, Laughing Lions. Oh, why would they have to guard the location, though? I mean, you know what I'd love, though? And in this day and age, it could totally happen because it has before. I'd love to hear that somebody carjacked one of the Secret Service vehicles. Because when that whole thing was being filmed and done, there was just a line of Secret Service vehicles on the block and just a whole bunch of super sweet murdered out Tahoes. And it's like, huh, weird. Imagine the interest on $40 from the Ukraine fund. Yo, are you Jon Stewart? No, Peter, I'm not Jon Stewart, because Jon Stewart will criticize Trump and kind of criticize Biden. He'll more so justify people being critical of Biden, but he won't for a second say something like, oh, well, maybe Joe Biden can pay for that with the money he's getting from Ukraine or the money that he got paid from Burisma. I don't know that Joe will bring those up. John will bring those up. He'll bring up all of the stuff that Donald Trump has done or is being accused of or is currently in jail or not in jail, currently indicted for. But then he'll mention how it's fair to criticize Joe's age. And he'll be like, sure, Joe hasn't done all of those things. And that's just like, yeah, but you're also not bringing up how Joe is apparently not supposed to be brought up on charges for the crimes he's committed. So again, I take that as a huge compliment. I love Jon Stewart. I do. And I love that Jon Stewart is at least somewhat critical of the left and the right and critical of Biden and whether or not Biden should be president. But, like I said, he toes for a team, and I don't. So that's where the differences end. But thank you for that comparison. I'm taking it as a huge compliment because if I could be called Jon Stewart, I would be so happy. And it happened. It happened, and we all saw it. Is your boner as hard as mine is? All right, so let's... We are still in the first hour stories. We have an hour and a half left in the show. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 stories left to talk about. 4 stories and 7 years ago. Let's get into the first one. We're going to probably drop any story that doesn't have a solid video component because, boy, am I having a good time. And now I just don't want to sit here and be boring and read. So I'm sorry. But thank you for watching on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. Holy Jesus. Rumble is tanked today. Oh, no. I was going to say, if you're watching on Rumble, give us the old thumbs up. But we pretty much have all the thumbs up we can have on Rumble. That's sad. That is sad. All right, so way down, just way down. Normally it's like twice that at least. So let's go ahead and get to the next thing. The next thing we're going to talk about, Ohio megachurch pastrix, or female pastor for some of those who just like to say it in an easier way. Allie Patterson had a Super Bowl themed church service this last Sunday, as we all remember. Super Bowl Sunday this last Sunday. Way to go, Taylor Swift. It was a difficult game, and I didn't know if you would make it through, but thank Christ Almighty, Taylor Swift, she did it. She won the game for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now let's go to what happened last Sunday. This was supposed to be covered, I believe, yesterday, or not yesterday. This was supposed to be covered on Monday or Tuesday. No, not Tuesday, because we were out Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. No, it isn't. Yesterday was Wednesday. So Tuesday, I don't know. This one's been one we've been trying to get to for a while. We haven't gotten to it. But now we're going to get to it. So here we go. GTA 7 finished the job. Ice Spice helped too. Yeah, with her satanic hand gestures. All right, look, I'm all for corporate conspiracy theory, not because I want to believe that Taylor Swift is a satanic worshiper or any of that. I don't believe any of that crap. But I love believing the corporate work conspiracy theory and kind of what would you call it? Betrothed bride package for Kelsey pushing the Pfizer vax shot stuff. I love the idea of that because then a woman worth $1 billion isn't really in control of her life, and at the end of the day, she's still just a machination controlled by shady underground men. And oh my God, is that hilarious. So yeah, I'll believe that all day. But as far as the Satan thing and the dog symbols, I'm having trouble with that one. That looks like someone just being stupid. I'm just going to say someone being stupid. Someone who wants to be like Rock Hands, but maybe they got the fingernails or whatever, and they can't, I don't know. Oh my God, Charlie Brown her ass. Charlie Brown her ass? Why? Again, this is the pastor of the church. This is a church service on Sunday, and to get butts in the seats, apparently. First and, what is it? No. And here's the kickoff on Sunday.
Patterson back with the kick. In each quarter, preachers will be given a random phrase that they must effectively work into their message.
And my understanding is these are completely random. They have never seen them before, seriously.
You know what's
well, hey, folks, time to meet our players. Let's head down to the field for today's starting lineups.
It's the Super Bowl of preaching. Wait, no. No, don't applaud that. Let me do that right. I'm sorry. It is the Super Bowl of preaching. Hallelujah. 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 All right, go.
The myth, the legend, Brian Toad.
No. Okay, someone explain to me what is Christian about any of this. How is this in any way religion? You put so much work into this, you have to make money off of this. or at the very least, you are blowing a crap ton of money that I thought you were donated to do works of the Lord. Sean Doe, way to trivialize God. Right. Someone tell me again why I'm supposed to believe in organized religion. Again, I'm not saying there is no deity. I'm just saying, personally, for my money, looking back at history and everything else, I feel like organized religions have been, always will be, and always are, again, kind of a Ponzi scheme thing where they convince good-meaning, well-intentioned people who have good, earnest beliefs that this is all helping, and you're part of the system, and the system is great, and the system is good. And maybe I'm wrong about the past, but I'll be certain about one thing right now. The system ain't good anymore. God is real, church is a scam. Thank you, Toastmaster, but I also don't believe the Bible is real. All right? I don't believe the Bible is real because, again, the Bible doesn't have any magical powers. It wasn't somehow delivered. In every case, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, all of them, they're always somebody else writing down what God told them. I just have trouble because, again, I could tell you that God told me something and you'd have every right to go, Johnny, you're a crazy fucking pothead, because I am. Judas Piper. All right, let's go back. I'm sorry. I ruined the WWE entrance of a pastor. Go.
Let's hear it for Team Mingo.
We'll just call it when it lands. Call it in the air. Tails, what I be kicking. Yeah, let's just go with tails. Would you like...
Again, this is a church service. This is a church service. The story of the Savior born to a virgin predates Jebus by 3,000 years. Yes, but Fanatical Bucks fan, did you know the original keeping and telling of that story is in Hebrew? And did you know the original definition of a virgin woman, and I forget, there's something else. A virgin woman and something else is incredibly the same. There's a subtle difference in the spelling, but the pronunciation is ultimately the same. And so it could all come down to a story being slightly misremembered. I believe in God, but even I feel like yelling out, show your boobs. Yeah, dude, show your boobs. Quit hiding them behind that jersey number 10. Or you. I want to see some zebra tits. Let's see them.
Like the kicker receive the Bible.
I will receive. Tom wins the toss.
I will receive the Bible. If God, and this is all I'm saying. I'm saying if this God, if the one we're looking at, were real, and let's say, like all of us, he enjoys a good Super Bowl Sunday, and he's just flipping around his, ultimately, reality TV, where he just gets to watch the world turn, and somehow, by some quack-farting miracle of all the programs he could enjoy right now, he tunes into this one, and he goes, wait a minute, what do we have here? And he sees this going on. If you're real, if this God was real and just in any way, shape, or form, all 4 people on stage right now get miraculously electrocuted at the same time just for having anything to do with this malarkey. Everybody else suffers horrible consequences based on their level of involvement and willingness to participate.
Chooses to receive the Bible. Patterson back with the kick.
And it's wide.
Can you even get a touchback?
First time in 18 years, there's a touchback for the kickoff. Super Bowl.
Did you just high five the fact that you probably beamed somebody in the face with the Bible? Oh, and there's a souvenir for a lucky fan. Are we square? I have to get facial reconstructive surgery because of the Lord. Are we square? Oh, Hitler diff. Jesus loves C cups. Let's be honest, that lady was rocking B's at best. But yet the soccer player is the one that gets struck down by lightning. Right? Right? It's weird it's the soccer player that gets struck by lightning. And not that lady. Or at the very least, the dude for failing the catch. You had a woman kicker. You should have known it was going to go wide to one side or the other, high or low. So you should have been in a more leopard-like stance, ready to jump, but also ready to go limp and crawl and drop, but also ready to sway to either side. It would be very, very difficult and very challenging. But that is what happens when you put yourself up against the skill of a female pastor kicking a Bible. Not saying a man could do it better. I'm just saying I don't have the man kicking the Bible clip. So what's the idea here? Do they play the entire... Oh, no. Do you want to see a clip of the halftime show of the football-themed church service? The pastor rides a wrecking ball doing a Miley Cyrus tribute. Boy. Follow the great Johnny, I think you're being harsh. How am I being harsh? Ironically, if he took an eye out with the Bible, how biblical. Right? No, you know what'd be funny? Someone got smacked in the face with the Bible and they were cured of their blindness. The Lord works in mysterious ways. Holy Jesus. Oh my God. Again, awesome. Awesome. Okay, do we have a video on this? Not really. Oh, wait. No, we don't have a video on this. This is just a long story about a thing about, spoiler alert, we're growing more plants. People are having more plants in their homes, making their lawns, yards greener, leafier, all of that. And trees in general soak up carbon dioxide. And we have been producing more than we ever did. That is a true fact. But what we're not reporting, and a report came out, and I'm not even going to do the whole report. I'm just going to boil it down to the TLDR. The TLDR, all of the stuff we're doing, spoiler alert, it's just causing the plants to grow more. So it's not washing out everything, but it certainly seems like we're not ending the world like everyone says we are. So, or everyone that worries about the planet says we are. But those of you watching on Rumble TV, hit that thumb up button. I have a hardness level 9 boner. I don't know how many people are watching on Rumble TV. We've got almost all of them hitting that thumb up. But yes, if you could thumb that up button, we'd appreciate an up of a thumb. Because again, helps grow the show, makes it look like we're doing all right. Miley Cyrus is the devil. Bobby Busca says. Oh, Bobby Boucher. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I still think Miley Cyrus is kind of hot. I don't know. Fucking weird, am I right? It's fucking weird. She's got one of those weird kind of Smeagol faces, so she has to have long hair. And even then, I'm not a big fan of the blonde thing, but whatever. Whatever. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of that. And, but again, we're never gonna meet that lady, so who gives a shit if we think she's reasonably attractive. All right, let's go ahead and close this. All right. We have a man talking about tackling a gunman in the Kansas City Chiefs thing. Investigation underway. All right, so we'll do the investigation video first. We'll go with the investigation video, catch up what we know about the Kansas City Chiefs stuff, and then we'll go with the witness video. Miley Cyrus showed me her boobies once, and I liked them too. Everything's the devil to you, mama. But I'm going to keep playing football, and I'm going to keep going to school because they make me feel good. And she showed me her boobies one time, and I liked them too. If I knew this lady's name, it would be a really good lead-in. I dropped the ball. I could have been like, and she showed me her boobies one time, and I liked them too. And it would be a lie, but hilarious. Now, go ahead and go, Toads.
And ABC News' Morgan Norwood is also in Kansas City with more on this. Morgan, what's the latest on the investigation and these 3 suspects?
And Morgan, remember, it's traditional, if your name is Morgan, while giving a story, to just lift up one leg and prop your arm on it like you're holding a drink. Just one. Take it away, Captain.
Oh, good morning, Diane. This is Union Station.
Diane. Damn it. And Diane showed me her boobies once, and I liked them too. I can't let go of it just because I've got that stuck in my head. I like the one where Miley is peeing on the ground. No idea what you're talking about.
Fire erupted. We still have police here on the scene, pretty active scene, as Alex was just pointing out. They have this area shut down for blocks as they continue to investigate. But Diane, we are talking about a celebration that in a split second turned into chaos. There's evidence of this all over, right? We see personal belongings. I see lawn chairs out in the distance, just evidence that people had to, leave their stuff behind.
Personal belongings. I see lawn chairs out in the distance. I love personal belongings. I really, for some reason, thought I see lingerie because she said lawn, and I was lingerie. Like, why? Sandy Squatch catching up on that Bible story. The church I used to go to taught us that there were 500 Bibles found over 8 continents in the last 2,000 years, and they all read the same. This is why we should believe. And used to teach us, or my church taught. The church I used to go to taught. No, actually, that still works. I'm a dick. Forgive me. The church I used to go to taught us. That's completely right. Fuck you. Fuck you for being a grammar Nazi. You don't know what you're talking about. Duh. Still seems hard to believe. Yes, over 8 continents, meaning, let's see, the North American, the South American, the Eurasian continent, the African continent, the European one, I guess, if we're counting like Greenland and Iceland, and then we're at 7, and Australia, or I don't know. Jesus saves, Miley masturbates.
I'm just saying. I just feel like an act of God should have done something to those people. It just seems disrespectful. And I'm not even like I said, a Bible thumping person. I'm just saying it just seems disrespectful. What about evolution, says John Doe. Evolution is obvious and happening in front of us constantly every day to the tune of we have that's right. I have those two stories. I didn't look that one up, but we'll have to look up those and grab them later. Anyhow, let's get back to this. I'm getting sidetracked because too many controlled burns. Here we go. Oh, crap. Do I have enough for that? It's in 5 minutes. I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna do it the backup way. There's only 7, says Cheeseburger Pie. Thank you. I can't count. I'm totally high. But thank you. Go.
And take off running for their lives. We know that police are interviewing witnesses at this hour, canvassing this very large scene. As Alex pointed out, they're asking for video of this incident, anything before and after, as they try to piece together the timeline of all of this. We know that 3 people are in custody, and at least 1 gun was recovered here from the scene, Diane.
So, Morgan, what do we know about the victims in the hospital?
Yeah, 22 gunshot victims, 1 person dead. We know that was a beloved radio personality identified as Lisa Lopez Galvin, a mother of 2. Her
awesome. Well, I'm sure the people who perpetrated this had to do so as a matter of national security.
Tejano saying that their hearts are broken. But as you pointed out, we've got a number of people still in the hospital this morning, and that includes children, 12 in the hospital, 9 of them shot. The injuries for all age groups, they vary, right, from minor to life-threatening. But when you think about the fact that there were children who came here to celebrate with their parents, this occasion, having to run for their lives, and also going to be left with not just the physical scars, but the emotional ones as well. But
can we talk about the people who did it or the type of weapons they used? Because, again, I'm sure if those facts kept up with a particular narrative, I'd be hearing about it by now. But by all means, you got 10 seconds. Clue me in. Go.
For those who weren't injured, they're going to have questions about how something like this could happen during such a time of celebration, Diane.
All right, Morgan Norwood in Kansas City, Missouri. Thank you.
And Morgan, fanatical Bucks fan. Pretty sure they were black. They won't mention it. Savages, they were better off. Well, Jesus, man. Jesus, John Doe. Imagine the numbers if they would quit shooting their guns sideways. Disgusting. Disgusting. Why is this thing not closing? I thought I clicked the close thing. All right, so the celebration erupted the shooting in which 1 person was killed, 22 were hurt outside Union Station. Did the people that were shooting at each other, did any of them get hurt? 3 suspects, including 2 juveniles, have been detained. Charges have not yet been filed. Several guns were recovered. The victims. Enough about the victims. I want the perps. We've heard about the victims. The victims are in a really bad spot. I feel bad for the victims. I want to talk about the perpetrators. Again, when the perpetrator is a white guy that charges off shooting people, we got to plaster his face everywhere, talk about his family, listen to how there were signs left, right, and sideways, and nobody acted. But when the perpetrator... I'll get up in the chair. I gotta move this and not. Sorry, I have a pitcher of water over there, and I don't need it to spill. Probably illegals, double hush hush. We know nothing about any of that. It does not sound like we know anything about any of that. We just know that they are, again, killed in the shooting. Right. 44-year-old. Again, so much information about the poor victims. And again, the victims are
an important part of the story. But I feel like we need to stop protecting the POSs that do this. Well, we wouldn't want to put a black mark on this person's future. Oh, yes, we wouldn't want to put a negative mark on this person's future. They only participated in a mass shooting. Again, isn't every mass shooting unforgivable? Every mass shooting perpetrator the devil, unless, of course, they're LGBTQ or a person of color? Like, isn't that how it works? Oh, that's right. The first one. Hugs for thugs, says Laughing Lions. Let's go to a witness who tackled one of these people talking about their ordeal after this ad is over. Again, stupid ads for these channels because they need the money. And I don't blame them for that unless they make me watch the ad over and over again because they keep rewinding stories and stuff, Fox. Or not rewinding, skipping. They skip my shit. Fox or Dick?
Paul, you were there, and there you shared video here of the moment that you helped tackle this person. What can you tell us about what happened in that moment?
I just heard somebody yelling to stop this guy, tackle him, and he was coming in the opposite direction. So you don't think about it. It's just a reaction.
Oh, I thought he was firing
on him, and I hit him from.
I thought he was shooting. So the guy was just running. Again, I love that these people are so principled in their hair trigger stance that once shots start popping off and real consequences are affecting completely uninvolved people, oh, I better run out of here. I don't want to get in trouble. God, I hope they get tried as an adult. And this is, again, why I am for capital punishment. These people should never be allowed back into society, period. I don't care. I don't care. You don't get forgiven for this. Fanatical Bucks fan, we would never hear the end of it, right? Mr. Q saying happy 420. Yeah, I missed it. I'm sorry.
He got close to me. I got the right angle on him, and I hit him from behind. And when I hit him from behind, I either jarred the gun out of his hand or out of his sleeve, because as I'm taking him down to the ground, I see the gun on the ground. So I take him down, and I'm putting all my body weight on him, and then another Good Samaritan comes over and is helping me, because I kind of got him high, and the other guy gets him around his waist, and we're just putting.
Wait a minute, you got him high? So let me get this straight. Let me rewind. Let me back this up a moment here. Because as we watch this video, I can tell you wholeheartedly, I see you wrestling this man to the ground, and I see the gun. But I have a question, and I ask you. In the kerfuffle of the fighting and the shooting and the craziness with everyone walking around, how exactly did you have the time to roll and smoke a joint? Because, quite frankly, I don't know how you got this man high in the matter of time. I mean, I've smoked some premium, top-shelf ganja in my day. But one more thing. Do you have any more of that marijuana?
Putting our weight on him, and he's just fighting to get up, but we're fighting to keep him down. And another Samaritan comes over and puts his weight on us, and we're waiting for the cops to show up. They finally, they get there, and the second cop gets there, the third cop gets there, then they pretty much take over, and I'm standing there for about a minute or two. You know, me and the cops didn't even have like one or two words, you know. Wow. Once they had him and got him cuffed, I sat there for 2 minutes with all my 3 daughters, and then we walked away. We headed toward our car.
I love that. Okay, no, F you. No, stop. Fuck you. Fuck you. I love, look, don't get me wrong. It's a war zone, says John Doe. You got him high, sir? I'm sure he was high ahead of time. Yeah, I agree. He was probably high as a kite. Give me the 1950s, please, says John Doe. Yeah. So, give me the 1950s, you know, when they had rights, but not really. We were still allowed, you know, a few of them. Oh, no. Alfie 5080 saying, has anyone ever told you that you look scarily like Mark Henry? No. In fact, I don't know. Let's look up Laughing Lions. I miss having my own water fountain. Really? Is that a problem for you right now? You can't get to your water fountain. It's being polluted by all these, using it like some sort of swimming pool. All right, let's look up Mark Henry. Which Mark Henry? Is this a funny joke, or do I look like Mark Henry? All right, so I have Mark Henry, American professional powerlifter, world's strongest man. I have no. I'm gonna go ahead and say. And again, was that a first-time chat or a member of the show? First-time chat from Alfie 5080. Has anyone ever told you you look scarily like Mark Henry? I'm gonna go with no, because yeah, I'm gonna have to say no. I don't see a lot of Mark Henry resemblance. There seems to be, if I'm honest, a few differences. God dang it, look at Brock Lesnar here. Just a freaking giant hammerhead shark of a human. There's almost no neck there. Ugh. Hate to be any woman that's ever had to F him. Mark Henry with the rock, with the skinny rock. All right, so yeah. I'm going to go ahead and go no on that. I'm going to go no. Toastmaster. Detective Columbo. Long time no see. Too soon to be selling Chief Parade shirts with holes in the fabric. I mean, maybe wait like a week at least. I wouldn't say it's too soon. I wouldn't say it's too soon. I'd say it's too soon to be selling shirts that were actually made wholly, so to speak, at the parade. But it's not too soon by any means to sell a shirt that looks like it was filled full of holes at the Kansas City Chiefs parade. Oh. Looks like your brother to me, Sandy Squatch, a tiny bit in one picture. Really? Now everybody's saying that I do look similar. Apparently I'm wrong. I missed the resemblance. John Doe, I love your Gilbert. Well, Gilbert's pretty easy for me to do. I've had a lot of practice. I just I don't whip it out very much. But thank you. I appreciate that. So Mark Henry and the Big Show. Nope. Again, so yeah, Mark Henry, not seeing the resemblance. We have an hour left in the program, and a what is it? A whole 2 hours worth of stories to cover. So we better clear this out right there. Johnny is pulling a Rachel Dolezal. Pulling a Rachel Dolezal. Now I need to know what that is about. Are we going to talk about you? I'm going to go with... No, there's no time sensitivity on that. We'll do that one for another day. Let's go to this one. Oh, pull the audio down so I don't boop everybody. Let's go to this one. We're going to do that one for sure. No, I just wanted to pause so I didn't hear audio. All right. We're going to go that one for sure. We're going to do this one for sure. This one for sure. I might do this one. Yeah. Well, you know what? We'll grab this one and that one. And if we run out of that stuff, we'll go to third hour. And I don't know that any of those will be any fun to do, but we'll see. Well, any of those, just that last one. Oh, that's another one of an animal being totally where it shouldn't be. That's right. So I might have to do that one. But again, what do you mean by pulling a Rachel Dolezal, St. Taran? How am I pulling a Rachel Dolezal? I don't remember. Is she cute? Would I like to pull a Rachel Dolezal? On my dick. All right, let's go ahead and go to this one. This is a story that happens with remarkably common nowadays, and it makes me so grateful that my daughter is a all natural me-made lady. Because again, this is a story for people. If you've been the product of or gone through fertility treatments and had a child, these stories will freak you the fuck out. If I were you, they would freak me the fuck out. I would be very, very worried because they're too common. They happen too much. And we're about to go to another one of a person explaining how they thought that one thing was one way and then oops-a-doodle.
It has me look back at my whole high school experience through a totally different lens. It tarnishes the whole thing. I'll just put it out there. I mean, I was intimate with my half-brother.
Oh, God. I really need the incest song for this. So wait a minute. And sweet Jesus, you're hot. And I hate that you put this out there like that, because that would affect me if I ever had a chance going forward. I'd be like, wow, Victoria Hill discovered she was donor conceived. She was donor conceived.
It tarnishes the whole thing. I'll just put it out there. I mean, I was intimate with my half-brother.
Incest.
But you didn't know. We didn't know. Yeah.
They couldn't have known. In the early 2000s, they were two teenagers growing up in Wallingford, Connecticut, a suburb like any other, where Victoria Hill met her high school boyfriend.
This, I think, was junior year.
Obviously, you're dating here.
Yeah.
What Victoria didn't know then...
My husband and I tried for a while, and it wasn't working.
What was the infertility world like back then?
Back then, everything was kept quiet. Was kept, not really secret, but it wasn't advertised.
Her mother, Marilee Hill, turned to a New Haven, Connecticut fertility specialist, Dr. Burton Caldwell. She says Dr. Caldwell told her he would inseminate her using an anonymous medical student's sperm. Hill got pregnant.
There's babe me.
I kind of erased it in my mind that they weren't my husband's biological children.
Until recently, when Victoria took a commercially available DNA test, curious about her health history. To her shock, she found half-siblings she never knew existed. One of them reached out, revealing their biological father is Dr. Caldwell.
When I opened it up, it basically just kind of put out there, what you're seeing is some half-siblings because we believe that the doctor that did your mother's fertility treatment might be our biological father.
He literally did? All right, so wait a minute, hold on.
Remember.
The oh, here, we'll bring me back in. We can have me here. The doctor that did your mother's fertility treatment also apparently in a roundabout, like if you turn your head and squint, he kind of also did your mom.
We're sitting there just being like,
how are their genetics as follows? But what happened to the groceries? Maybe he had really good genes. I hope he at least had a decent dick. Because, I mean, honestly, would ya? Did ya? I didn't.
Just like, what? What is happening?
Victoria's high school.
All right, I'm going to say right now, the genes don't look that great, if I'm honest. Because, I mean, like, not bad. She has, I'll say this. You might be better if you didn't pluck your eyebrows into obscurity. What is it with you ladies and just whittling them down to these pencil lines? Just, Dave Lee in a nutshell. Okay, let's, again, I feel for this lady and this guy. I wonder if anyone, like, you guys are cute as a couple. You look like you could be siblings. It's just so adorable. You look like you were made to go together.
School boyfriend who asked his identity be concealed was also donor conceived. His parents also used Dr. Caldwell. The boyfriend took a DNA test.
He texted me, and it was a screenshot of the 23andMe connection, and it said, "You are my sister." What? We're siblings.
I fucked my brother. Not even your step bro. You literally, 25% of pornos start this way, says Laughing Lions. What are you doing, half bro?
Siblings? So.
She continued to find more brothers and sisters, all discovered through DNA.
How many did she, what? Be honest. How many of them did she fuck? How many of them has she boned? How many has she boned? Talk about brotherly love. Oh, no, no, no. Talk about brotherly love. Oh. It's weird. She's like, you know what? We broke up, but, you know, we stayed close. You know, it's weird. We broke up, but it wasn't, it was kind of mutual. So now, you know, we're still really close. There's nothing intimate. There's no, like, you know, flickering embers or anything like that. Like, I don't have any attraction to him or him to me. At this point, our relationship is kind of like that of a brother and sister. Again. How many of them have you fucked? Fill some holes. Bet she fucked them too. All of them? Really? I don't know about all of them, but I'm curious how many other hits are on the list.
All connected to Dr. Caldwell.
Yeah. I've slept with my half-sibling. There were 4 of us that we know of in the same high school. Another half-sibling, we went to the same elementary school, and that's just in the 23 that I know.
Are you gonna go boom?
And again, how many of them have you maybe hooked up with on, let's call it a late night I need a dick hunt? You know what I mean? Like, how many times did you go, you know what? He seems really, really cool, and he says he's a DJ, so I think I'll take him home and let him pump the tunnel. God knows I wish that would have happened to me once. But, you know, I digress. You were saying.
My children have 41 first cousins that we know of, most which are local. So how many could there be?
Most which are local. So you're saying is your extended family now has really, really large, like, to the point of being comically awkward. Your family has, like, large to the point of being comically awkward family get-togethers. I can't wait to see
the picnic this summer.
Victoria's story is a worst-case scenario in the fertility field. The FDA regulates sperm and egg donations,
Pride
but doesn't
100
limit the number of donations nor the amount
is
of
a good
offspring.
thing to do.
Incest is a good thing to do. Yes, thank you very much, Trucker 18 Wheeler, for the 100 bits. I love how they say this is a worst case scenario. Worst case scenario? Even if that town started intermingling, it would be still considered inbreeding. Like, what if that was the aim, right? Because I'm always curious about this. Why do you replace the sperm with your own? Why do you use your own goo? One, it's going to come back to you. No matter what, it's going to come back to you. Two, even bigger question. So you're using your own juice, right? You're firing off your own bullets. And so you're doing that. Do you not realize, especially in the area, like then those siblings will intermingle? Do you have like some sort of weird, like, I am a banana. Thank you for the 100 bits, Trucker 18 Wheeler. Do you have some sort of like crazy hope that you'll eventually just kind of like get to see the Habsburg jaws appear before you die? Like, I want to see the genetics corrode them to the point that they're all mutants. Like, why? Why? All right, go ahead and go.
Vastly behind some Western countries with tighter controls. And when it comes to doctors using their own sperm without patient consent, there's currently no federal law and only 13 states with existing fertility fraud laws.
I consider you guys sisters.
There is currently no federal law. Why should we have a federal law? Was fill some holes. Is this story from Stearns County? Stearns County wishes they could go, you know what? We wouldn't have effed all our cousins if we had known, but we didn't know. We trusted that one fertility doctor. No. They knew, all right? Like David Spade in Meet Joe Dirt. It's just not hot unless she's your sister.
Or I'll say like half sisters.
A lot. More people than I think we know struggle to conceive, and that's why all of our moms did what they did, because they wanted babies. They would do anything for my kids' sake. I hope you get the tall.
They would do anything, including just saying, yeah, I'm sure this guy's legit. Again, watching these stories and knowing how close, it was literally just finances. If I had been where I'm at now, we would have been looking for and trying to find ways to do fertility treatments, because I'd be like, I'll take that loan. I can make payments. You know, if it means we can have a kid, it'll make her happy. Like, I'll do that. But thank God all of that went and tanked before the career thing showed back up, because, wow, I am so glad that I don't even have to question whether or not my daughter is my goo or not. Like, I'm like, nah, I am entirely certain that one is mine. And it also helps that she's just as annoying as me. So, I mean, it sucks, but I'm like, yeah, I did that. I made this.
Victoria and two of her half-sisters say they are Caldwell's biological children, all born within 4 years in the 1980s. It's only through commercial genetic tests that they can track their growing numbers.
None of us knew, and every single time it comes up, we end up having to relive what that experience was like.
So Janine, you went and saw Dr. Caldwell.
Yes.
You snapped a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you take a picture?
I wanted proof, but
I wanted proof. Why is he not in jail?
Thanks a lot, Dad.
Oh, when I see that picture, it's this sick feeling. I felt strongly that I had to meet him to make him and the whole situation real and try to make it make sense.
Janine Pearson filed a civil lawsuit against Caldwell last year. It's all she can do for some sense of justice.
We don't want this to happen to anybody else.
Right.
Right, because he's totally still practicing. Oh boy, we're gonna go to the door. At 45 minutes left in the show. Thank you for joining us. Odds on this panning out? I'm gonna say no.
Dr. Caldwell stopped practicing sometime in the early 2000s, but he still lives here in Connecticut. So we decided to stop and see if we could chat with him. Okay, so I saw Dr. Caldwell. He appears to be frail, quite elderly. I chatted briefly with his wife, who did not want to talk.
The law is, frankly...
I'm sure they don't want to talk because they've had one lawsuit show up and they don't want to have more. Go ahead and tell me again how the law is not really built to catch these people or do anything about them. Because, again, it's not like this has been a sudden problem that we've recently discovered. It continues to be an ongoing theme.
Way behind technology in this area.
Attorney Matt Blumenthal represents Victoria Hill, her high school boyfriend, and Hill's mother. There are dozens of reported cases like this of other fertility doctors accused of impregnating their patients. Hundreds of offspring who only recently discovered the truth because of DNA testing.
Now, one, this makes me scared because it's almost like they're saying, go get yourself tested. Two, this makes me scared because there's a number, like America's getting dumber, and I think I found out why. Fertility doctors effed us all over, and now we're inbreeding, and stupid people are, I'm going to keep going around, I'm dumb. Angry Saxon, did you think it was going to go down any other way? No, I didn't. But I hoped, right? Trucker 18-wheeler, my bro, and I liked it. How many times does she find herself, like, having a sensual dream about him or remembering, like, a really good time that he really laid some dick? And she's like, oh, yeah. And then as she comes to, she remembers, oh, my God, I just had an erotic dream about my brother. Oh. So, again, I think we've discovered why America's getting more and more idiotic, and it's because we're all inbreeding. In a weird way, it's the idiocracy meme come true. Oh, I effed my bro, and I liked it. Oh, yeah, we're going to allow that. I don't give a shit. And yes, we get it, Trucker. You typed it. Oh, okay. So you know what? We're gonna just wipe the chat off the screen. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Dirt. She just ate. She remembers every load she swallowed and cries thinking of her other siblings. Oh, that's harsh. No, fall in the grate. No. Eject, Goose, eject. Mr. Q, I have web toes. My son has web toes. Guess he's my kid. Probably. The web toes thing isn't very, very common. That's probably, oh, this is residents. I wanted to do a story about these people. All right, so this is a written story and not the one that's on here. So I'm not going to play this because I don't want to read it. We had a story that I wanted to talk about because there's clearly like an interview that they did somewhere. Massachusetts family vowed to take a limb. It was like WBZ News on Friday. Here we go. Here we are. This is the one I wanted to play. As soon as the ad is over, we'll click the button and almost there. Here we go. Tasty trade. I hate it that these things do this.
Once slept on the floor at Logan Airport, and they're encouraging other people to help out. A Brookline family is opening their doors to a migrant family that once slept on the floor at Logan Airport, and they're encouraging other people to help out in the same way during this housing crisis. It all comes as Boston leaders worry about opening up more shelter space in the city and where that space will be. WBZ's Brandon Truitt is live in Brookline with the growing divide in this migrant debate. His story all new at 8. Brandon?
Well, Lisa, with the state shelters at capacity and, of course, those images of those families sleeping at Logan Airport, the Stokes family said they knew it was time for them to step up and help.
The family is lovely. They're so appreciative. It's been wonderful.
When Colin and Jessica Stokes called the state to
Right. So many of them are so nice and so lovely and so wonderful. Look, there's a guitar in the background. I bet he plays it. And he wears a hat. He takes requests. And he doesn't even look insulted when you say, play the one that they do. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Signed up to be a host family. It took less than an hour for the displaced migrants to be dropped off at their door.
I gotta get sheets on the.
Less than an hour? That's freaky fresh, freaky fast, freaky migrants. Jimmy Juans. So my question is now when we order the migrants, if they take more than an hour to be delivered, do we get them for free? And just exactly how long do we own them, and what rights over them do we have specifically? Laughing lines. Welcome, Pedro. I brought you a sombrero to dance around so you'll feel at home. Mr. Q. They cleaned up the front yard and cooked my meals. All right, so it's just the family, right? Like they didn't bring their donkey or their goat with them too, did they? Do they know what a toilet is, or just super insensitive? Welcome. This is our home, or as you would call it, casita. It has electricity, or as you would call it, magic. We have a refrigerator to keep and preserve food, or again, as you would call it, magic. Don't worry, that is a Roomba, not a demon. A Roomba is a robot that cleans the floor, or as you might want to think of it, magic. I'm going to order me some right now. Can I get the Whoa, Mr. Q. Where's my slave, says Trucker 18-wheeler. Please, Pedro, please have our daughter. Oh, dear Lord, no. But again, good on them for opening their doors and saying we need to do something to help these people. Good on them. And I hope certainly that they suffer no ill effects from this whole process. But my question is it not a little concerning that you said, hey, we'll take a family, and in under an hour, did they call you back? Did they tell you? Or did they just literally, like, you know, a fast food joint just did a COVID no-knock delivery on your order. Here's your migrant family.
But how many people are coming? Where are they from? What ages? We really knew nothing.
The need is so clearly.
The need is so clearly overwhelming that when we volunteered to help without even checking with us on how comfortable we were with the help that we were about to administer, they just, no names, no nothing, dropped off a family at your house. The need is clearly so dire that it's completely okay that we said, oh, we'll help. And then before you could take a shit, I had a Mexican family cooking rice and beans in my kitchen. I thought they were intruders until they said they were dropped off by Homeland Security.
Overwhelming.
The family of 4 who didn't want to go on camera had been sleeping at Logan Airport.
Right. The family of 4 who didn't want to go on camera because either people are looking for them or B, they don't want anyone to know that they are one of the migrant families because they'll go around talking to people and they don't be like, hey, didn't I recognize you? Aren't you that guy that needs somewhere to stay?
The parents and 2 kids journeyed from Chile to Texas, then Massachusetts, and there are so many stories like it.
It boggles the mind that there are so many hundreds of those stories and those people who are in such a stressful, traumatic transition.
It comes as the state's newest
stressful, traumatic transition. You realize these people have been living in horrible conditions for a while, and now they just decided to show up and ask us to fix all their problems. Again, super awesome that you're opening your home to them, but they wouldn't have this stressful, traumatic transition if they didn't come here. And all of the help we do to them is, again, out of our pocket. And again, like the Ukraine thing, I have to see some receipts and understand when exactly the repayment part happens, because I've seen a hell of a lot of cost, and it ain't cool.
Emergency shelter in Roxbury reached its capacity of 400 people in a week.
Saying and saying, wait, those aren't authentic Mexicans. Oh, wait, yeah, go back to this. The migrant thing at the Roxbury, it's not a club, right? It sounds like a night at the Roxbury.
Roxbury reached its capacity of 400 people in a week, an office building.
Overwhelming.
The family of 4 who didn't want to go on camera had been sleeping at Logan Airport. The parents and 2 kids journeyed from Chile to Texas, then Massachusetts, and there are so many stories like it.
It boggles the mind that there are so many hundreds of those stories and those people.
Not hundreds. Not hundreds. Hundreds of thousands. Hundreds of thousands. Watch, couples having illegals changes the locks. Right? I love how saying, wait, those aren't authentic Mexicans. Cheeseburger pie. How much are they getting from the government for taking in this family? That's another question I have. Let's see if they cover that one.
Who are in such a stressful, traumatic transition.
It comes as the state's newest emergency shelter in Roxbury reached its capacity of 400 people in a week. An office building in Boston Seaport could be the next site, but there are concerns.
Having a site with no running water, no...
Oh, okay, so... I'm going to rewind this and pray I didn't just hear what I thought I heard. So we're going to rewind this and pray I didn't hear what I thought I heard, because that's going to be funny. But, again, if it's in the Roxbury, it can't be an office building. It has to be a club. Because remember, the Roxbury is a dance club. Did nobody watch Saturday Night Live when it was good?
An office building in Boston Seaport could be the next site, but there are concerns.
Oh, never mind. So that isn't. It isn't. The Roxbury is still. So they cleared out the club. So nobody can dance at the Roxbury because the migrants are living there? Awesome. All right, go ahead and go. I hope they at least locked up the liquor.
Boston Seaport could be the next site, but there are concerns.
Having a site with no running water, no showers, to me, would be a non-starter.
It is incredible.
All right, so that accent, having no showers and no running water, to hear the fucking, like, whistle pipe flute thing playing in the background. Is that hilarious to anyone else or just me? I think it's hilarious. Saint Aran, 18 to 25, female, no kids. Sure, I can help. It's a complete non-starter. Look, I'd be willing to sign up for the program, but I have some specific requirements. I need a 21 and older, preferably a little older than that if we can. 21 and older female, no kids, no family. If you don't have it, I don't want it. Like, that's all I'm looking for. And if you ain't got it, I ain't interested. But if you can do that, let me know. And if you show up with something else, I'm going to tell them no speaky ingy, and I'm going to close the door. So let's just be clear about that going into it. I need, and more importantly, does not need to be childbearing. In fact, would prefer not. But if it comes down to it, I'll wear a bag or get a vasectomy. But again, preferably 24 and older if we can be at it. But again, single lady, relatively good looking if we have a say in the matter. All of her teeth, please. 21 and over. May I suggest the Kate Meany model? No. Those teeth horrify me.
To observe on the front lines how challenging it is.
The Stokes are getting a closer look at the state's migrant crisis than they ever imagined and stress the need to fix it is greater than many of us know.
Just the dysfunction is really disheartening, and I know that really well-intentioned people are working as hard as they can.
No, they aren't. No, they aren't. You stupid sheeple of an idiot. And let's go back to this.
Crisis than they ever imagined and stress.
Is this actually the way this couch normally is? That the way that couch is? It looked like, for a minute, it looked like they put a cover on the couch so they couldn't get stained. And I was going to laugh. But never mind, you pulled in a chair, and that's why I lost that. No, that's just their ugly. They just have really ugly furniture. Slave Dash, delivering help worldwide. Look, don't get me wrong. If they were treated like indentured servants and things like that when they came here, if it was kind of a thing like... If it was a thing like, you come to my country, you take on debit. Like, if we did it that way, like, that would be one thing. But no. We're all taking on debt. The people who live here, the people who are paying into the system, we're all taking on debt. And they're going to join up for that debt program if they become citizens of the country and actual tax-paying Americans. They're going to be paying off that debt, and their children are going to be paying off that debt for the end of time. But, and I don't want this to be true. If this system continues to allow people to come in unabated without any concern or care, it is just going to collapse the entire thing, and then we won't have a country with homes or laws anymore. It'll be the people who can afford private security, and then families like these who get raided on the reg. So, enjoy that time. It will be interesting. Go ahead and go. Dumb lady about how the need is so great and we're just so star-spangled happy to help. And I know that the good, hardworking people are going as hard as they can. No, they aren't, because there are no good, hardworking people. I'm not going to say the other part that's in my head that I want to say, but I'm going to say this. The people that are involved in all of this, they don't know what the F to do. Least of all, how to cut their piece out of the pie. So nothing ain't happening anytime soon. Because, again, the closest we got to any sort of a border deal, migration solution to this crisis involved billions upon billions for Ukraine and Israel.
The need to fix it is greater than many of us know.
Just the dysfunction is really disheartening, and I know that really well-intentioned people are working as hard as they can. It's a state of emergency, but it is distressing to see the volume.
And Lisa, they spoke with us tonight to try to inspire other families to maybe sign up and help as well. Those kids are still waiting to be enrolled in schools. The parents are ready to get to work, but they have been told that their work authorization forms could take months to process.
Right. And again, what effing work can they do? They are ready to work. Could you list their job field? Their capability? Oh, man. Me too, Johnny, the silent speaking voice in my head. Right? Mr. Q saying, but Johnny, if you get Kate Meany, you can be tunnel buddies with Chad. Has Chad slayed that dragon? If so, good for Chad. If so, good for Chad. I'm going to close this out because I don't care what their job skills, even if you do tell me, are. The end of the story is pretty much there. There's nothing else to really cover it. Again, their kids are waiting to be enrolled in school. They probably don't speak English, so they're going to need special education for all of that. Again, we're adding all of these people to the docket, and again, what are we getting? Again, if you want to be like, oh, well, what job skills do you have? Well, we can talk about that, but first let me say what other reason I have qualifying me to be here. I was born here and lived here my whole life. If you want to tell me that that's shitty and that's not fair, I would like to take my incredibly crippled legs, my mounting vehicle bills, and say, life isn't fucking fair. But my interest in preserving mine and my daughter's way of life is why I say perhaps not just open borders for everyone to come in here, because the tide is never ending. I think Johnny and Kate would make an adorable couple, says Fallen. All right, I'm going to put this to bed once and for all. Because one, Kate Meany doesn't even know who I am. Let's be clear about that. Nobody does, nor should they. Actually, funny story, true story about that. I got recognized at Walgreens today. I was wheeling out and someone offered to push me to my car. And I was like, no, it's right there. I've got it. Thank you. And she goes, hey, I recognize you. You're Johnny. You're that comedian. And I went, yeah. She goes, I have one of your shirts. And I'm like, oh, well, thank you. She's like, have a nice day. I'm like, you too. It was really, really weird. It's twice in the last 2 months that just interesting. All right, so Kate Meany. Oh wow, Kate Meany. Kate Meaning? Kate Meany images. Can we see? Oh, she doesn't do a whole lot of smiling with her teeth out. It really doesn't work with her teeth out. Butt stuff. Wait a minute. Members only. Kate Meany butt stuff. That's interesting. Okay, where is I don't know where the link is. Kate knows you. I've been putting in a good word. If she asks you, love good mudding. You love going mudding. This is falling. No. And you can get backdoor action. I'm not really a backdoor action kind of guy. Get meanie with meanie. Oh, there's a hate group out there for Kate Meany. Oh, no. No. That's horrible. But, that's what Reddit does. Okay, so, I don't have a video of it. But again, I'm not really a big fan of the face, the whole teeth thing. She's not an ugly lady, but And I'm a big fan of Little Lemmy. So johnny-krutches and Kate Meany's chocolate starfish gonna keep this thing rolling, baby. No, it isn't. Get going, the Brown Star. Hate group, the Meanie Meanies? No. There's a Reddit group called
Kate Meany is not hot at all, and it's a picture of a very unattractive, I'm guessing, guy wearing like a halter top thing and glasses and looking ugly sitting at a messy computer. The computer, ironically enough, messy like mine. I have better monitor set up, not to brag. All right, enough of this crap. We have 20 minutes left in the show. I'm being an idiot, and I wouldn't support anyone liking this program at this point. But thank you for being here on Twitch, Rumble, and YouTube. All right, so
let's talk.
No.
That gap was uncomfortable. What's more?
Former U.S. Secretary. All right, so I was going to talk about this, and I don't know that I want to. I'm not doing a show tomorrow, so actually I don't need to save stuff. So we're going to ditch that. Oh, my God, one of those people looks like... All right, we're going to do this because this is a video. And this was one of the other reasons we did the whole title for the show today. So the title for the show today is What Did You Achieve? We've been talking about a couple of different things today that have some very interesting like actions that don't really amount to or mean anything. We were talking about people who went on a 12-hour hunger strike. So this is another one. The trend lately to vandalize art, and now apparently we can add to that historical artifacts, to vandalize art or historical artifacts in the name of drawing attention to stuff. Because again, the problem is we haven't drawn enough attention to it. Not enough people know about it, and not enough people are doing something about it. So I want to say I'm doing something about it and suffer no real consequences. So I'm going to, in this case, the people we're talking about are going to attempt to vandalize, wait for it, the case holding the United States Constitution. So these perfectly good-meaning, eco-fighting people want to use the rights that they are granted by the United States Constitution to assemble, to protest, to voice their opinion, to literally attempt to vandalize the U.S. Constitution. Was fill some holes. My hunger strike is almost over. Mine too. When the show ends, I'm feeling a bit peckish. I'm thinking I'm going to eat some leftover pizza from yesterday. I got pizza on the way home. I splurged and I got myself a fancy pizza, and I knew there would be some left over, and I think I'm going to hit that up. I like this program, says John Doe, and I like having you guys here. That's not the real Constitution. The real one was stolen by Nicolas Cage many years ago. That's a replacement, a forgery, a fake. Right? That is a replacement, a forgery, a fake. You're absolutely right. But again, in the name of accomplishing nothing, doing nothing, and pretending that you're fighting so hard, I present to you a video of two dumb idiots trying to make a difference by doing nothing at all. I hope to Christ they suffer like time in a federal penitentiary. I hope this gets counted as an act of treason. Again, not because they're damaging anything, but because this needs to start seeing serious repercussions. So we're in the rotunda.
We are determined to foment the rebellion. We will not be held accountable to laws in which we have no voice or
We will not be held account to laws in which we have no voice or representation. I want TAC teams coming in on these people. Take them down! And just, I don't care that their hands are up. Smash their face into the floor and give them 10 years in a federal penitentiary. Make those two a proud proud sock puppets of, how shall we say, the rest of the penitentiary. I want those people suffering horrible. January 6th insurrectionists didn't throw soup all over the Capitol, right? They didn't throw soup all over the Capitol. They didn't attempt to vandalize shit. People who weren't even there suffered 20 or are in jail for 20 years just for being loosely associated with it. So yeah, why aren't these two on a first-rate class trip to Gitmo? Like, why aren't they bound, gagged, and we'll see you when you come out in 2 decades? Again, these two need to be legitimately held as terrorists. Just gonna say it.
Representation. This country's founded on the conditions that all men are created equally and endowed with the inalienable rights of life, liberty, and...
I hate that he's playing with the powder. Like, he put the powder on there. He's, look, yeah, you really believe in what you're saying, don't you? Why does this... You guys have the wherewithal and presentation of high schoolers giving a fucking book report, okay? And one of you looks like a really, 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 really young John Oliver. Do we know where John Oliver's kids are right now? I don't even know if they'd be old enough for this. Look, you and Harry Potter, I know you really want to impress the chicks with, we're fighting for a cause and we're super beta male, so the only chance we have to be respectable or in any way attractive to the other gender is if we talk about that one time we got arrested, but we really don't want to commit a crime or anything, and we'd really like to not be in jail, so we like the idea of being cuffed, fined, and released all in the same 2-hour period. So we just did a cheap, again, pointless vandalization of the Constitution. The Constitution is in a case that is bulletproof, fireproof, humidity and temperature controlled, and you sprinkled Pepto-Bismol powder on it. Woody-woo. You did nothing, achieved nothing, and you mean nothing. And at least have the fucking balls to talk like you mean what you're saying. I don't even believe you now.
We're calling for all people. This country's founded on the conditions that all men are created equally and...
He was about to literally quote the Constitution. This country is founded on the principle that all men are created equal. Right, it was founded on that principle. Is it very true we didn't adhere to it, especially in the beginning of our country? Yes. But you know what? It's a principle that this country has strived towards more and more every day, for every day that this country has existed since its founding. And I am proud to say that this country goes a hell of a lot farther today to make all men and women created equal than it ever did in its founding. And you asshats are again vandalizing the very thing that gives you the right to pull this bullshit. You're here in your fucking shorts and your backwards baseball cap. You look like you're fresh from the Frisbee golf course. He looked like he's fresh from a Harry Potter play camp. And you both, again, are giving this the meaning and attention of, again, a high school book report.
Endowed with the inalienable rights of
people are laughing.
We're calling for all people to have all these rights, not just wealthy white men. We all deserve clean air, water, food, and a livable climate.
And a livable climate. Right. And America is the thing preventing that. Again, you guys, what you're asking for, one question, how do we do any of those things? Do you have any way of making any of that possible? Again, if the people on January 6th are horrible criminals, why the hell are these people not in jail? Again, you should be getting tased. The whole, hey, I did something, but hey, arms up, hands up, don't hurt me. No, you don't get to play Don't Hurt Me. Granny loves getting banned. Whoa, 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 whoa. You fucking leave disc golf out of this. You keep the good name of disc golf out your fucking mouth. All right. Pretty equal, says Mr. Q, question mark, question mark, question mark. Pretty equal. Pretty equal. Here's why I say pretty equal. Because overall, most people don't gauge people based on the color of their skin or the money they make. There are different rules in societies that affect people differently, and there are systemically racist things that are continually getting knocked down, and that has had a historical cumulative effect on people's ability to achieve upward mobility. However, in the last 10 years alone, I've seen so much we have to do stuff to correct for it, and now so many people calling for the overcorrection to oversteer. Yeah, I don't know. This is January 6th, part 2. Again, treat these people like it's January 6th, and I'll be happy. They're not cooperating. Grab his arm. Again, I want to be a society that's comfortable with pussy-ass, do-nothing beta males like this that make a scene and make a show and a display about themselves, but it's so lackluster, so little effort involved, it's so little nothing, and they risk nothing and they know it. And I want them grabbed and thrown to the floor. I want them to eat floor going, ow, whoa, what did I do? You vandalized a piece of national history, again, for the stupidest reason. I don't think we're doing enough about causes. So fucking do something that involves more than this. Again, I want risks taken by the people who do this, and I want the people who do this to know they're taking a risk. New rule, okay? If you're going to protest and you're going to sit here and talk about how America's so star-spangled evil, you have to actually risk something, okay? You can't sit here and go, America's evil, do more than just privileged white men while also still being a privileged white man, okay?
Joe Biden needs you to declare a climate emergency. We need you to immediately desubsidize from fossil fuels to start moving towards real climate solutions.
I literally am hearing people going, yeah, okay, guys, you're dumb. Like, people are telling them how they're stupid. Did you lose a bet? The only way I have any respect for this is you're going to get one hell of a wedgie if you don't do this. Because, again, I have to believe you were bullied into this, or you're doing this to impress some chick. There's a chick involved. Or maybe you're both doing it to impress each other. St. Caesar saying,
Right now there are millions of refugees.
Guys, no show tomorrow. Hype train time, extend overtime. Yeah, no, there's no show tomorrow because, again, I have to do all the driving stuff. They want government control of food, water, and homes. Commies. Right. Again, St. Laurent, these are people who believe that the problems we have are because the government isn't doing enough to control our water, control our homes, and control our food supplies, and, again, get rid of natural gases and fossil fuels. Forget the fact that the government has continually turned around to ignore water pollution in places like Flint, Michigan, and other places. Forget the fact that the government getting involved in your home is why some people can't afford homes. Yeah, no. I don't like their solutions, nor do I like the fact that they don't risk anything. Are they going to get... I love how they're standing there being loudmouthed and not respecting the document that gives them that right, says John Doe. Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning. They're sitting here making a... thank you for doing that. I don't really want to keep going with that story because it's irritating me, so we're going to drop it right there. Thank you for doing that.
Hopping on a plane isn't just taking a trip.
Oh, we were going to talk to this, but this is another one of those you have to read it stories, and you have to send them their email so you can read it. We're not going to do that. We're going to maybe read this. I actually would like to do this tomorrow. So do we have something fun for the last 6 minutes? Let's see if we find something fun in the last hour. Antarctica, doot. We're going to clear you out. Actually, you know what? We can clear everything but the first one out. And maybe we'll just cover that in the... Oh, again, we're not doing a show tomorrow. I forgot. All right. Biden needs to be replaced. I don't think so. Showering. Ooh, might be interesting. British man joked with friends on Snapchat. Might be good. Not the B. Oh, we're doing this one. I'm sorry for booping everybody with the audio there. We're doing this one for our last story of the day. But again, one last time to remind everybody who does not know, if you haven't heard, we're coming to the end here. We got about 5 minutes left in the program. I won't be able to do the show tomorrow. I will be doing a driver's training and hopefully test tomorrow. And so I'm going to drop another $210 on this whole thing. And then after that, I'm going to be getting the driving apparatus put in the car and hopefully not paying for that completely out of pocket. But either way, the driving thing will continue to being a thing. We will be doing a show February 24th at Acre Brewing in Elk River. In Elk River. We will be in Elk River. We will be hopefully at a Steel Toe show in March if Aaron ever effing schedules it, and if he can stop, I don't know, drinking over the evening. And then I have a show April 20th at Silly Beaver Comedy, because that got booked in January or December. I think it was December. No, it was New Year's. It was the New Year's show. That was the New Year's show where I got asked if I'd do that, and I said I would. So as far as I know, I am. And if that changes, I'll need to know. But like I said, we'll start promoting that. How about Saturday or Sunday? No shows, John Doe, with hands. There will be a Sunday show. Our Sunday show will be back. I don't know about the Saturday show just because, and I hate to be gay about this, Saturday is the one day right now where if I'm doing a show at night, like a comedy show, that's one thing. But I have my daughter during the day mostly as much as I can, and I can't do one of these shows at night because she's up there sleeping. So it's really kind of, I don't know. Don't go high, says what's Film Holes. I never do. Me getting high takes a lot of weed. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I totally would do a show on Saturday if I had, I'm going to see if I can get a little bit better of more of a soundproofing setup. And if I really am going to be forced into a situation of not being able to do stuff live and in person as much, the DJing is already seemingly gone. I'm going to maybe have to make this more professional. You need an illegal nanny. You and me both agree with that, Saint Aran. I need an illegal nanny, and she has to be willing to, I don't know, do some things. What are you doing? All right. Anyway, fun times, says Mr. Q. Right, we'll figure something out. We are going to go a little over our overtime limit, though. Because I want to cover this before somebody else does. I don't know what Aaron's going to be getting up to tomorrow. Spend time with your kid. I will. LOL, clean the pipes. Right, you need to be able to babysit and clean the pipes if you're smelling what I'm selling. But anyways, let's go to this. And there's a little bit of a follow-up to it. But we're going to play this and laugh at this. A lady posted a TikTok, and well, let's
What's a piece of trauma that you have that's funny? It has to actually be funny. I'll go first. My dad abandoned my family when I was 5 years old. That is a wife and 4 kids. He abandoned us and then pursued amateur breakdancing.
Actually, that is funny. Your dad left you and your 3 siblings and mom to go become an amateur breakdancer. An amateur breakdancer. That's actually pretty good.
And he got really good. He like blew up. Like he became like a D-list celebrity status, like viral breakdancer. He became like the oldest actively competing breakdancer in the world.
Jealous much, Johnny? Jealous of what? Jealous of what? Black, says Trucker 80. No. Your love was not enough to keep him, says St. Turin. Granny loves getting mad. Breakdancing. Oh, yeah, dude, you know me so well. Thank you, Granny. Absolutely right. That's why I'm here to rag on this ableist piece of shit. Aaron and April aren't doing a show tomorrow, at least not a full one. What? Already? Okay. Why aren't they doing a show tomorrow? Suspect blaming. Should what? Should what? What? Would. Would what? Suspect blaming. I'm trying to.
Then he got on Good Morning America and talk shows, and Washington Post wrote about him, and he went super viral, and he did all these interviews, and he danced with Paula Abdul. And here, I'll show you.
Take a look at this 60-year-old breakdancer. Yes, 60 years old. Amazing. That's Ben Hart. He's competing at a breakdancing competition in Philadelphia, and he may not have won, but I tell you what, he is winning over a lot of people on the internet. Yes. He really is. Yep, he's winning over a lot of people on the internet.
This guy wouldn't pay my medical bills.
This guy wouldn't pay my medical bills. Amateur breakdancer. She looks too young. She was born in 1984. No. I'm betting she was born in the 2000s. This guy is in his 60s. St. Aaron, he left because all 4 abortions didn't take. St. Caesar, because he can't. Aaron is only doing an hour and a half show tomorrow, apparently from his own mouth. Counseling session. Gender reassignment med bills. Your dad's John Doe, no. I'm guessing she's in her, let's go with 30s, because then she's born in the 90s, and let's hope if this is, 5 years ago. So your dad had you when he was like in his 45. Oh, so those 4 kids are spaced out. This guy wouldn't pay my medical bills.
The worst part, damn it, he's good. He should not be able to move his body like that. It's like impossible. It's beautiful. Hey, Dad. Like there was no split custody or anything. Like he just like left 4 kids to do that. He may not have paid for some of my medical bills growing up, but he did give me this breakdancing merchandise. So that's him. He's on his head. Benihana is his b-boy name because his name is Ben Hart. You know, I'll get texts like this, happy birthday, ? And then like links to his breakdancing videos. If you have funny trauma, like actual funny haha trauma, I need to hear it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's super funny. That's super funny. Here's my funny funny trauma. I haven't gotten in a single vehicle accident. I haven't gotten in a ticket. Or I haven't gotten a ticket. I haven't had a single incident in a vehicle in over 2 years, and the 2 that happened were because of a freak snowstorm and a deer. And despite all of that, I'm gonna have to drop $2 to $3 grand on keeping my license. So hey, isn't that funny? And when all is said and done, the fancy way they have me driving is no different than the way I do it now. But hey, at least if it doesn't happen, it's only my life. But that's right. But yeah, so Saturday won't be a show because of my daughter. But yes, we'll be back on Sunday for the Sunday Smoke Show. We might do extra time on Sunday. And I'm not going to promise that, but be happy he acknowledges you. Most dads that run away don't. Right? St. Caesar. Well, here's what it is. He knows he doesn't have enough for them to come after him for. Rumble Show Sunday movie watch-along. I don't know about a movie watch-along, but we might do something. I wouldn't mind a movie watch-along. I have a really bomb-ass popcorn maker, and it will be an excuse to use that thing. So I want to get you drunk if I ever meet you, Johnny, says John Doe. Me drinking right now is something where I'm definitely going to do it socially, but maybe not home alone right now. But again, thank you for that. That's awesome. You guys are really cool. We've really enjoyed having you here. And if any of you remember that lady before, it's because that lady has posted multiple videos on TikTok, including one that we've even played on this program before. And we're going to play this and then probably head out. We're going to play this and then head out. Again, this lady dropping so much great stuff on TikTok.
This week, and I felt the feminism leaving my body. I live on the east side of LA, and if you don't know what that means, it's sort of like the artsier part of LA, you know? It's people say it's like Brooklyn and New York. Like, so I go...
No. The east side of LA. It's like the rich white people side of LA where we pretend we're better than everybody, but we also hate homeless people.
Dates with a lot of men and women who, you know, live over here. There's always a negotiation about who pays, and that's great. I like to pay for people, all that. But what I will say is that I sort of fell into going on a date with the most guy I've ever been on a date with. And he's from West, you know, Santa Monica. He's a bro, right?
Guy I've ever been on a date with. Like, he's a bro, right? Like, he thinks maybe like, whoa, Gavin Newsom is like a little too far, right? And he's like one of those people that's like, I'm all like LGBTQ, but I think we don't need a plus, you know? Like, he's like a guy's guy. Oh, Christ, she is the one that gives out on the first date. I mean, I don't know. John Doe, cool, watch along. Let's do 12 Years a Slave. I don't think we're gonna do that. I didn't say we were doing a watch along.
Guy is usually not.
But anyways, so yes, we covered her video where she felt the feminism leave her body because again, she went on a date with a guy that treated her like, you know, a lady and behaved like, you know, a guy. Good for you. I come from a time where when you took a lady on a date, you were just expected to pay, even though that ladies were working at that time too. So what are you going to do? Anyways, we went about 10 minutes long. Again, just a quick reminder, quick recap. Driving stuff has gone well as far as yesterday. Have to do a whole bunch more tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow will be the last of 2 hurdles to cross, and we'll be good. But we'll see. Until then, I'll see you guys Sunday on the Rumble Only Just Kidding Smoke Show for Sunday. And then we'll be back Monday on the Steel Toe Show, ? And Tuesday on the Steel Toe Show, ? But again, back here Monday through Friday on our program. Thank you again for supporting me through everything and this program. Thank you for being part of it. I really appreciate having all of you here every day and getting to do this. It's very, very awesome. So thank you for that. And until this Sunday, you know, have a good time. Have a good weekend, and we'll catch you later. I really suck at doing this Minnesota goodbye thing. It's almost like I can't fucking just say, hey, we're done, and hit a button. You just go.
Game over.
What the fuck? Fuck! Who the fuck? Fuck this fucking... How did you two fucking fucks? Fuck! Game over, man. Game over.
All joking aside, that did happen. Broke every bone in his leg. Bean counter said I couldn't fire a man just for being in a wheelchair. Did it anyway. Ramps are expensive. print. Hustle could use some work, though.